Yeah, I'm having a bad day. I don't know what it is. I slept last night, but I'm not healthy right now.
I can't believe that. You seem healthy.
No, our inspector put me in a shit mood about health.
I bet you think you now have cancer or something.
No, I'm honestly, I got like a pain right here.
Let me see.
Like right here where your liver is.
Oh, you're always worried about your liver.
Yeah.
You're not drinking that much, are you? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, what, you've been on a binge?
No, I'm not on a binge. I just, I don't know. I feel terrible. I don't feel healthy. I feel awful. I gotta
lose some weight.
I gotta fly tomorrow again.
Oh, here we go. Where are you going tomorrow?
I'm gonna go down to Miami. Thank God I go to Miami. But
I was gonna say that's a terrible thing. You gotta go.
Well,
to Miami?
I go down here to work.
You're so miserable. I mean, why are you
doing
doing
so
so
many
many
gigs? I'm gonna go down here. And what am I gonna do?
Enough with
go to the
gigs.
set of Marley and Me and watch Jennifer Aniston and Owen Wilson kiss? I'm gonna sleep in my fucking dark apartment all day because I'm tired.
Well, what's wrong with that? Maybe
Nothing.
you get out and have some sun and warm up.
Yeah, but I don't want to go in the sun.
Why do you think we have Benji here? You know he's your future liver. We're just farming his liver until it's ready for you.
I follow those stories a lot about the. I want to get to the front of the liver line.
Is this one of those days where you think you're dying?
I don't feel good, and it's probably because I overate.
He was eating like I was going out of style this morning.
I overate today, Rob.
What'd you think of that new sandwich we ordered from Pump? I liked it.
You know what? I got the same thing you got yesterday. It fell apart on me. The same exact thing.
Yeah.
Did it hold together better for you today, Howard?
Yeah.
But I got it in my mouth. I got it up in my mouth.
Yeah.
And,
maybe you're just too full right now.
I had 2 cupcakes.
You think you have gas? Look at the stains all over your shirt. It looks like from all your eating.
It's a mustard stain.
Where's that from?
Wow.
That's from that sandwich we ordered.
The sandwich.
Yeah. Artie spilled it on himself. You can see what Artie ate. Just look at his shirt. You need an enema. Do what Robin does.
I think I do. People tell me to get a colonic, and I'll feel better.
Now, what did
Imagine
you have?
what will come out of you.
Oh, my goodness.
What did you have first thing this
I might
morning?
get that rookie Pete Rose card I lost. Huh?
What did you have first thing this morning?
Yeah, what were you shoveling in there?
I had, it's terrible. I woke up, well, here's what happened. This is why today started bad for me, because I woke up at 4 o'clock, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I get up at 4:45. So I went in and I started watching the John Adams thing on demand, and I had 2 pieces of pizza left over from last night, cold.
Oh.
And I couldn't fucking resist it. And I ate 2 pieces of cold pizza with like 3 fucking huge glasses of Coke.
That's before you got here.
That's in 45 minutes?
Yeah.
That's the warm-up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And then I went
3 Cokes.
And
like
then
solid carbs.
So in the shower, I felt like shit, you know, like. And then I got here, and it's Cupcake Wednesday, and I've been good most of the Cupcake Wednesday.
Good.
But I was. And then I sat down, and I had a Hawaiian Punch and my bagel.
Oh, is that what you were eating?
Yeah.
And you had already had a cupcake, too?
No. And then I had a cupcake.
So you finished off the bagel with a cupcake.
Right, exactly.
You washed down the bagel with the cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many cupcakes did you eat so far?
I had 2 of them. And
they're big, though.
They're huge.
They're enormous. And I had my...
They're the size of 5 cupcakes, so we just tell people that. Yeah.
And I had my cake, my cupcake, which is fighting AIDS. I had it's I don't know, it's too much. I got to rethink it, because on top of all the icing on top of it, there's like chocolate buttercream filling in it, and I get
It's too rich.
It is a little, and I get to that, and I was licking that, and
so that's 3. That's the third cupcake.
I don't see that on your shirt.
Throughout our inspector's interview,
I looked over during our inspector, and Artie had the paper, the sports page open, and there was such eating going on, such tremendous food going in.
So then I had a coffee, and then I had a Pepsi, another Pepsi with the turkey sandwich.
So tell me if I have this right. In the last 5.5 hours, since I've, my computation tells me you had 2 slices of pizza, 3 Cokes, a Hawaiian Punch, a bagel, 3 giant cupcakes, a Pepsi.
2 cupcakes.
All right, 2 giant cupcakes, a Pepsi. Then the sandwich.
And a third cupcake he just licked, apparently.
And another soda, 4 sodas.
4 sodas. That's just in 5 hours. And you get the whole rest of the day to go.
I honestly don't.
I would guess that's 10,000 calories.
No,
easily.
Not.
Of course it is.
It is not.
So 3
10,000 calories.
Are you serious? You know how many calories do you think there are in a Coke?
There's
you have giant size. How many calories?
What's like physically my body's rejecting something right now, because
you're sweating profusely.
It's about time.
I know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel good.
You want to go lay down? Go ahead. I'll finish up the news. Go ahead. You don't look good, and you're sweating.
No, I just gotta lay. I can't.
Look in the thermometer.
Yeah,
look at the
you're
side of your head.
I know. Whatever. Anybody who would live up to that scrutiny?
Look at the side of your head.
But Artie, you're not doing anything. You're sweating.
You're like Benji.
I know. I'm stressed though because I can't get fucking comfortable in this chair. I'm trying to get comfortable.
You're very heavy right now. That's why. You might be over 300.
I know,
He might have just eaten himself over 300 in the last 4
hours. You might have
hours.
just tipped the scale. That's what. Do you want us to get a bigger chair for you? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying to lay down and get the mic next to my mouth, but I can't.
You want to get a bed in here? Do you want to do the show from a bed?
No,
Is that what you're saying? Because you're practically in bed right now. He's going to fall and hit his head.
Oh. No.
You can't lean back in that chair like that.
Why doesn't he lay on the couch? I'll get him.
Lay on the couch and I'll get you some headphones. Go ahead.
No, this is fine.
All right. Look at me.
No, I'm actually all right.
All right.
What?
Go lay on the couch.
No, I'm okay.
You know it's funny
Howard.
when you fall asleep.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna lay. I'm gonna lay right in front of you on a couch.
We'll wake you up with the air horn. It's funny.
No.
Go ahead. You bang your head.
Anybody got a blanket?
No, Benji,
do
you know
you have a
what?
blanket?
Today's the one day where I agree with you. I ate too much.
All right. Do you get gas?
Yeah, I'm in bad shape right now.
You want to go lay down?
Like I feel like my arteries are hardening.
You want to go take a dump? Get it out?
See, that's the thing. No, right now I can't shit.
Maybe if you stood up, the gravity will pull it out of you.
And I have to. Oh God, I gotta cancel the rest of my day.
What did you have planned?
What'd you have?
I was gonna write the book, but I can't do this.
You can't do that
That
today.
poor book.
You're in no condition to do your book today.
I gotta call the poor kid and say don't come again. I do that every day to him.
How far are you in the book? How many pages?
Actually, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You need to make a nap. You need nap time today.
Right, I got the tryptophan from the turkey again.
Tryptophan?
All right, let Robin do the news. So,
yeah, let's go.
Come
on, let's snap it
Ralph
up.
thinks he knows what's wrong. What is it, Ralph?
My favorite line of the show today is Artie saying he might have overate.
I might have overeaten.
No, you overeat. It was all complete shit. There was nothing.
It was all carbs.
No, he had one good sandwich in
There's
there.
pub sandwiches.
I get him the sandwich.
Oh, by the time that sandwich went down the gullet, it was poisoned.
You know what
You
I
think
did?
that- you
Here's
think
what
the 10
happened. Here's
sodas-
what happened to me yesterday.
What happened?
Did you have stress?
I had to go and meet a friend of mine, and
Everything gets you over the edge.
What happened?
I told the kid to fucking be there on time, and he wasn't, and I was next to this Wendy's for like an hour, and
That's not fair.
I went and I got.
I'm so
Is
sorry.
every place you meet near fast food?
Well, there's pretty much fast food everywhere, so.
Yeah, in Jersey.
Artie's surrounded.
By the way, because Artie is in the reclining position, I'm talking to Artie's bald spot. I can't tell you.
He's laying down.
He's laying down, and the back of his head is like.
Well, you never
facing-
look at me when we talk.
I'm looking at you now, and all I'm seeing is the back of your head.
I'm all right.
Artie, you're Walter Hudson.
No, I'm not. I
Kind
just
of looking Walter Hudson-ish right
He's
now.
trying to recline in that chair as much as he
I'm gonna
can.
put a Santa hat on him and take a picture.
so I had a Wendy's triple, which is the worst.
Do you want John Hine to take your blood sugar
No.
right now? Blood sugar.
No, who
Blood sugar.
No.
Come on, we gotta know. I bet it's all-
I
it's
don't
an
want.
all-time high.
It's an inaccurate reading.
Hey, Howard.
What?
I'm looking online. I'm on a thing called SeriousEats.com. They're saying that one of the Crumbs cupcakes is the equivalent of 3 slices of pizza.
So, how many calories?
A slice of pizza is 613.
It just says
All right, slice of
So-
pizza is 613
So
calories.
a cupcake
that
would
right?
be 1,800 calories.
No.
Per
Artie,
calorie.
So he's had 3.
No.
You've
So-
had 1,000,000
I
calories.
had-
Wait,
so
that's
let's add-
2. He's
because I've been
almost
trying
had
to figure
6,000 calories right there.
Because a can of Coke is like 100 calories per can. So has he had 4 cans?
Yeah, it's 400
Okay, so
calories.
that's 400 calories. He had
getting
a
sicker.
couple slices of pizza. That would be 1,800 calories. How many cupcakes?
3.
3 cupcakes.
No.
2, and then he
You
licked
just
the
licked
icing.
the other
He
one.
licked it.
No, two.
Okay, so
Wait, and Artie, what else did you have at Wendy's besides that triple?
I had fries and a Wendy's Frosty.
Oh, boy.
Man.
That Frosty is like eating ice cream.
Was that it for the night?
It's
or
so
did you-
fucking good.
what else did he have? today?
No, I had a chicken parmesan and pizza.
Oh, my God.
Chicken parmesan and pizza.
He had the same thing Don
Wait a minute,
DeLuise
chicken,
had.
so that has the cheese.
Right.
And again, it's another carb. I mean, he had the chicken, which is protein, but the carbs are killing him.
And you know with chicken parmesan, you can barely find the chicken. It's all bready.
Really?
No, I mean
Breading
sometimes
and
you can
cheese.
get a good slice of chicken, but if you're eating that, Damn.
Oh, please. It's all breading and then cheese and then on bread. It's like...
No. It wasn't a sandwich. I just got it in a plate.
Yeah, but you ate it with pizza.
Well, good man.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Just this morning is 6,000 calories.
I thought you had it on the bread. I didn't realize you were watching yourself.
And I'm sure it's like gigantic.
All right, whatever. You can make
leave
fun of
him
me all you
alone.
want. I'm sorry. So, I don't have the greatest eating habits.
When you said
And I do think he suffers from metabolic syndrome.
What is that?
What Robin
Well,
has.
your waist is larger than your hips. That's one of the signs.
right.
You mean the waist, my human waist is larger than my hips?
I think so, isn't it?
Thank you, Ralph. Yeah.
Man, you got a problem on your hands.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
You mean the weight? What?
So, Artie, when you said you had 2 slices of pizza left over, does that mean you ordered a whole pie and ate 6 last night?
No, I got 4 last night with the chicken parm.
Was that a
You
full
mean they
pie
brought
or
over,
just by
no,
the
they
slice?
brought over 4 slices.
Right, half.
And he ate 2.
2
He
with
ate 2.
sausage.
Why don't you just get a whole pie at this point? I mean,
The sausage pizza at this Uptown Pizza. In
Oh,
Hoboken.
sausage pizza. That you got to add more calories. I
my
thought it was
God,
a cheese
you had sausage
pizza.
on that too?
Well, you can't have just plain. It's dinner time.
It's,
Well, he's eating it with chicken
I
parm,
thought he was
though.
going with the chicken parm. And that
Do you
was
eat the
carrying
pizza
it.
first, or do you eat it with the chicken parm?
No, I have the chicken. I eat the chicken parm first, and then I eat half of the slice of pizza, and then I use the pizza slice to dunk like bread
Into the Parmesan sauce?
into the gravy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you dunk the pizza into the gravy?
Yeah.
It's not enough? The flavor isn't enough?
Oh, it's so because sometimes you get little pieces of the chicken,
Sometimes the chicken gets mashed in with the sausage on the pizza?
and you have no idea. I look. My place looks like a hermit now because I'm since like I'm just living alone. Basically, I moved into my kitchen. All the office.
Put your
stuff,
bed in the kitchen. Right next to the fridge.
All my office stuff is
Smart.
in my kitchen, so I can watch the plasma TV.
Could Howard TV get
Yankee games in
You got
HD.
that house you just bought. Aren't you going to want to be in a swimsuit this summer and enjoy the water? And
Yeah, no, I am.
yeah.
swimsuit?
So you're going to want to slim down in the next couple of months.
I have to.
Yeah.
I got to do something.
Well, you're on the right track.
I can't
Artie.
keep living.
Well, he could have ordered a whole pie. He didn't.
No, I'm saying I can't. Like right now, I can't get through work. This is torture.
Is the apartment littered in pizza boxes?
Yes.
Oh.
Your mom's not in there cleaning for you?
No, I don't know. The Mexican comes.
So
But,
why doesn't she clean it?
well, she now she's got to come twice a day.
You should just start shitting on the floor, see if the Mexican woman will clean
Like
it.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, just to see who cleans it.
Christ.
An apartment covered in feces.
See what you can do to get her to quit. Here, look. Here's the cupcake. Here, this will be on the website. I think the Crumbs Vanilla Cupcake at left has 780 calories and nearly 36 grams of fat.
The fat is-
36 grams of fat.
I
Yeah,
don't eat that in a day.
780 calories. So he had 2 of those already.
Right.
So
Wow.
That's 1,800 calories.
And you think you might have overate?
No, the cupcakes are what did it.
Yeah, it was the cupcakes. Wasn't
All right, thank you, Ralph. Leave him alone.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to digest. You can
I'm
see.
sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry, Artie.
I also need a haircut.
Oh, yeah, that's the least of your worries. Your haircut.
He does. It's a little unkempt.
I'm going down to Miami, and it's going to be all hot down there.
Yeah, haircut will help, Artie. That'll bring you.
All right, thank you, Ralph.
Hey, Howard, if you want,
Yeah.
a television show, just put a recliner in the band area for Artie.
Yeah, Artie, go lay down over there. Look what they set up for you over here. Come on, let me help you out.
Yeah, I was looking
Look
at him in that chair. It almost looks like he's in
look
bed
at that.
now.
You're going to go nuts over there. Look what they just set up for you.
That's way more comfortable.
Look at that recliner. Did you look?
Oh, Artie, that's comfortable.
Although, don't move to the left or to the right.
Yeah, and don't fall off.
I can't look that far.
You want
Come
to
here.
disturb his position?
Jason, can you
get
wheel
up
him
out of
over?
that chair and get Artie into the recliner?
Oh my God!
Go ahead. You're going to be in heaven. This is nice what they did for you. Don't say the show doesn't love you. Get over there and lay down and
Go to sleep.
go make night-night. And you know what? I promise, no air horn.
No.
Look at that recliner, Robin. Is that beautiful?
I see it over there. It looks really comfortable.
Is that going to be comfortable enough for him, though? Because
Yeah, he'll like
might
it.
not be long enough.
Go see if you like it. Sure. Oh, get out of here. Look
Try
at that.
it
That's
out.
ergonomic. Ergonomically made. What's the matter with you?
This is like yoga shit or something.
Oh. Get
I'll
in
never
there.
get out of this.
It's gonna be like a
No
turtle.
good? All right.
Wait a
Forget.
minute.
He's going to try it, though.
Is it safe?
It's not going to fall.
He might.
He's got to slide down into it.
Oh man!
How is it?
Oh wait! Oh
I
shit!
told you you'd like it.
It looks like an undersized child seat.
He's
Oh,
in
that's-
it.
that's
He's
not
in-
good.
How does that feel?
Actually, that feels fucking
I
fantastic.
told you you'd like it. All right, close your eyes.
See, you couldn't get
No, I'll
comfortable
still do
before.
it. Give me
All right, give him a microphone and then.
He doesn't have headphones. He won't hear a thing.
I could think of jokes better this way.
Here's some headphones for you and relax. Is that helping your digestion?
Yeah, give me a headset so
Be
I
funny
can
if
make
you
fun of
just
some
shit his
people in the news.
Here, how's that? How do you feel? You better?
Shit. Oh, God, that mustard stain is high up. Oh.
Hope you didn't have any meetings today.
All right.
Give
Robin,
him a
what's the
nice
news?
pillow. Set him up. I don't want
He's
to...
comfortable now.
Put it up here.
Give him a nice big pillow.
Does he need any oxygen?
Oy vey. Artie, what's going to be?
That's going to roll off. He's going to fall.
It did.
You want Will to rub your feet?
No.
No?
I'm going to feel like I'm in the tickle chair. All right, thanks, guys. Go ahead. Dude.
Either you're going to be a backrest or not. That's not going to stay.
No. All right,
Will, hold his pillow for me.
You need a pillow. That's not going to do it.
Get a regular pillow. Get that yellow pillow over there.
Will, hurry up and get him a pillow.
Does anything smell like Brianna Frost?
Oh.
If I could put that Brianna Frost on top of you right now,
Forget about it. You kidding me? Fuck that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay,
I can
now?
do the news like,
All right.
wow, this is so much better.
Keep that pillow on.
Yeah, lift up a little bit, Artie. There you go.
Oh, Artie almost did a sit-up. Give him a Santa hat.
Oh, come on.
You
now
need a sleeping hat.
Now you're just making
That's
fun
a
of me.
sleeping hat.
That's for when you go to sleep.
All right.
You know how the Three Stooges wore a hat when they slept? They had like those big hats.
Those pointy things.
All right, you all right now, pal?
Yeah, I
Feel better?
actually, this is fantastic.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead, Robin.
What's
This
in the
is
news?
Artie's new work area.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. If you fall asleep, go ahead.
No,
I
I'm
don't want
here.
you dropping dead on me.
No, thanks, man. Oh, man.
Oh, he's got
That's
a
your blanket. You need a cupcake.
I'll tell you, radio is great.
He's got a big blanket on him. The light's too bright for you over there, Artie?
Honestly, I've never been this comfortable at work.
I told you that. Sure, that couch is good.
Yeah,
Wow.
look good.
We don't have an eye mask, do we? Maybe.
Yeah, the lights might be too bright.
Yeah, the cupcake.
Nah, see, I can't. That's the thing. I would love to eat. It's going to be at least a half an hour before I could eat.
Oh, my
Good for you. I like your willpower.
It's like swimming.
He just turned down a cupcake, Rob.
Yes,
Here, go
that's
ahead.
good. He must
All
be
right.
in pain. Kristen Davis of, they have you seen some of the publicity that the girls from Sex and the City
I don't believe it's her.
are doing?
There's a thing on the internet they were
But
saying.
have you seen them?
No.
They have dolled them up because I've seen them in the years between Sex and the City and now, and they weren't looking all that great. But the other day they had Cynthia Nixon, who I suppose was the least hot of the group.
Yeah.
She looked fantastic.
Which one's she?
She was the redhead.
Yeah.
The one looks like Bozo.
Who's dating a chick who looks like Danny Bonaducci?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, Kristen Davis, there's now reports that she was in a sex tape that she made several years ago, but she is denying that those pictures that you see and video that you see on the internet is her.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of her, and it was claiming it was her. I didn't think it was her, but it is a girl who looks like her, licking some dude's penis, licking it real good. And I know it's not her. She looks way too uptight to be doing that.
But I'm not out of line. The redhead admits in her real life she's gay, and she's right. And she's, you know what her girlfriend looks like? I'll tell you, her girlfriend looks like Rusty Staub.
Well, is that really dating a girl?
Isn't that a good look?
I'm saying, why not just get a dude if you're going to date Rusty Staub? But that ad campaign for that movie is going to be so sickening. They're going to be all over the fucking place. Oh.
They already released, they say that Sarah Jessica Parker has made $25 million since leaving Sex and the City.
How so?
Because she has a ton of endorsements. She does a hair care thing. She has her own fashion line. She sells
She's also
perfume.
the producer of that thing.
Yeah,
She did
but
the
this
TV
is
show,
just,
too.
the money she's made since the TV show ended.
Wow.
They say that 𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗄 is next in line, having made $10 million since the show ended. And then the other two, Cynthia Nixon and Kristen Davis, they get about I don't know, made $3 or $4 million since the whole thing ended.
Wow.
So it was a cash bonanza for all of them, but especially so for Sarah Jessica Parker.
Well, that show has sold more DVDs than any show. It like blows shows away, and I'm sure she has a piece of that. It sold like 400 million DVDs or something.
I mean, that sells more than The Sopranos.
Yeah,
Really?
I saw a list, and it's like in first place by like a ton.
Wow. More than the Seinfeld series and all that, huh?
That's what it said.
Wow. Did you see the pictures of Charlie Rose? He was, I guess, on his Channel 13 or public television show, and he had a big black eye.
And a bandage over his eye.
And they say that it was not a brawl, that he...
A brawl. If he got a brawl, he'd be dead. It's an old guy. He's an old skinny man, Charlie Rose.
He says that he fell.
Of course. His hip gave out.
Who do you get into a fight with, Larry King?
Yeah. No, Mike Wallace beat him up. Thank you.
Morley Safer.
He took a fall at 59th Street and 5th Avenue at around noon on Saturday when he accidentally stepped into a pothole.
Right.
He loved the headline that this was from a brawl, but it was actually a fall. And he said he never considered taking time off from the show, so he just shows up just like that.
All right. What else you got there, Robin? Anything? Uh-oh.
Barack, oh God, what happened?
Artie's asleep.
I don't believe it for a second. He's faking over there.
No, he's not.
You think, no? That's awful loud. Jeez.
I told you he'd be out if we put him in that chair. You think that's fake? Sorry.
Oh, he just moved. He woke
His hat
himself
woke him
up. Artie, you don't have anything to say about that story?
I heard Sorry, man.
What woke you up, the hat?
I'm sorry, what are we doing? Oh, God, this is too comfortable, yeah.
It's 2 p.m., man. Time to go home.
Oh, feels like it.
Did you see that Simon Cowell was on the Oprah Winfrey Show?
I got to pack later.
Oh, geez. He's got to travel. He'll never make it. When are you going to the airport?
Go back to sleep. I'll handle the
Tomorrow
rest
I got to go to the fucking airport.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
He's
Okay.
going to back tomorrow. What did you say?
Oprah Winfrey. She had Simon Cowell on the other day.
Right.
Some of the things he said really shocked me. I mean, everybody's already upset with Ryan Seacrest and his level of success. But he says that Ryan has a dressing room on the second floor of wherever they shoot that thing because he doesn't like to associate with anyone else.
Yeah, probably, though. You know, I mean, the guy does do a radio show in the morning and then goes over and does that, I'm sure.
Oh, you're going to justify it.
I mean, I can't believe I'm defending that fucking asshole, but the fact of the matter is the dude, you know, I mean, at some point he's got to shut his yap and sit there and relax.
He's always got to look like...
He's got to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that he's, you know, like, yeah, he doesn't like to be bothered. He stays to himself.
Right.
And Simon says the contention between the panelists is real. He doesn't have time to make up fights with those people. So when you see them scrapping on the show, it is absolutely genuine, according to Simon Cowell. Meanwhile, he's showing his softer side while known for his abrasive comments on the reality show. He just donated. What happened?
Nothing.
There's a whole thing going on.
I closed my eyes for a
Ambient
second,
noise.
and I caught Howard looking at me.
I was staring at him and he caught me.
I,
How could you not look? There's a giant man laying on the chair out in my studio with a Santa hat.
I bid $57,000 to fall asleep in the studio.
What charity was that?
You better give it to mine.
All right, go let him sleep.
Let's
Go ahead.
see. He just donated over $160,000 to a family of a cancer-stricken 3-year-old.
Who?
Simon Cowell.
Oh.
He heard about the family's problems and stepped in to help as part of Oprah's Big Give program.
Oh.
So Simon being a part of that. They had some financial problems which were relatively easy for me to sort out. So now he's going to be deluged, I'm sure, with requests from other people who have financial problems. I never knew that doing good could feel so good, according to Simon Cowell.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Howard, Artie might have to call Richard Simmons and change his name to 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍. Do you think he had enough calories today to feed that whole cockamamie country that Robin's trying to help?
Hey, what is that country, Robin?
Eritrea.
Eritrea.
Tell Zabibi to cut over here.
I think Groucho Marx used to be the president of that country, Eritrea. But, you know...
Victory is ours.
It's true. Everything Artie ate could feed Robin's kids.
In a minute, why don't we make Artie's microphone pedal operated? Like everything in Artie's life, make it pedal operated.
I would donate one of everything I ate to Zabibi.
I thank you.
Isn't that her name? What's your name, Robin?
Zabiba.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so off with Zabibi.
Zabiba.
How do you pronounce that country, Robin?
Eritrea.
And you're on the air.
Hi, I just have a comment about Artie, or I guess it's more of a question. I'm just trying to find out when's he going to stop fooling around and get serious about his weight? I mean, he is.
All right, I'll ask him. Let's find out. Artie, when are you going to stop fooling around and get serious about your weight?
Well, no, she's right.
She's right.
I have to do something. This weekend in Miami, I'm going to start like jogging on the beach and stuff.
Stop it! You're kidding around. I mean, this is.
This weekend he's starting.
He's kidding you. He's kidding all of us. I mean, he's making me think he's retarded. I mean,
what would you? I'm not retarded. I just, like 90% of this country, I have a problem with my glands.
He suffers from a metabolism issue as well.
He does not suffer from metabolism.
Well, what do you want me to do, Ann?
Listen, I just...
Should we put him away?
No, and I love Artie. I've seen his shows a couple times, and I think he's fantastic. But when I sit and listen to the cupcakes and the chicken parm and all those things...
What happened? You threw up? Billy, you're on the air. Let's go to Chris. Chris, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, Chris.
I don't get it, Howard. I don't know what you're doing. You've been doing this shit for 30 years. Did anybody ever pull a couch out to you and let you sit back and put your feet up? What the fuck? This guy's doing this shit 8 years, and he ain't all that great, and he's getting all this special treatment.
7 years.
Shit.
7
years.
The guy looks like he's going to pass out. He ate something bad today, and it didn't agree with him.
Yes, sir. Let me just, sir.
He eats something bad every day.
Any other person who felt like me right now would ask to leave. I figured out a way to stay.
Right, he would have taken sick time. Ralph, go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know I went back and rewound, and I timed it from when Artie last spoke to when he passed out sleeping.
Yes.
It was 19 seconds.
Wow.
Now, have you ever in your life been able to be talking to somebody and then fall asleep within 19 seconds?
Well, he was very, very tired.
Artie.
Well, you got to, like, Ralph, people fall asleep at some point, you know.
You were just talking like 5 seconds ago, and then you're not out. This is bad, Artie.
I'm just tired. That's all.
Absolutely. I saw they were talking about this kind of stuff on 60 Minutes this Sunday, and they said in the process of slapping yourself in the face to try to wake up, you could fall asleep.
All right, Death, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to meet Artie a couple hours from now at his apartment in his bathroom. I have a rectal aneurysm planned for him.
Thank you, Death.
In the bathroom?
Death wants to meet you in a few hours in the bathroom.
I'll be in the kitchen.
Let's go to Chris. Chris, you're on the air.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey, listen, I'm calling with a medical school down in Atlanta, Georgia. I work for the former United States Surgeon General, David Thatcher. He put out the only report on overweight and obesity, and I'll be the first to say this is radio gold. I had to pull over at one point when Artie was given the menu of the crap that he was eating. But let me just tell you, if you guys don't do something quick, and I'm talking about a serious intervention, I mean, it's clear that he's an addict, and whether it's in drugs, alcohol, food, whatever.
We know. We're trying. I don't know what to do. Artie's got to want it too.
Should we get Dr. Drew in here?
We might get Dr. Drew in again. Jim,
Thanks,
go ahead.
Ironside.
All right, Jim, you're on the air quickly because I got to get done with the show and Robin needs to finish.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Artie, when you go down to Miami,
Yeah.
is he awake? Howard?
Yeah, he's awake.
I'd say, yeah, Miami, yeah.
Yeah, when you go down to Miami, you better stay the fuck off the beach because they're going to keep pushing you back in the water.
Oh, Jesus.
You know,
Howard, you got to get him a sleep member bed in there, and fuck it, that'd be hysterical.
All right.
TV.
Let's
is he
go.
implying that I'm a whale?
Yeah, that was the intention that people would see you on the beach, mistake you for a whale, and push you back in the water.
Motherfucker.
Robin.
I'd prefer a manatee.
Artie, go to sleep and let me finish the news. Go ahead.
All right, I'm here.
I thought Artie might want to comment.
Contributing. I'm commenting.
On Barack Obama's speech yesterday.
It was the most retarded speech I'd ever heard.
Really? You didn't like the speech?
It was a brilliant speech.
How could you
think
sit there
I
and say that? When he goes, I can't disown... Of course you can't disown your grandmother, but the fact of the matter is he chose a reverend for his family and for the church. 20 years he went there, and don't forget, at first he said he never heard him say this.
You are taking this out of context. You
No, I'm not.
obviously did not hear the speech.
I did too. I was right in front of my television.
What did he say?
He made the point that he can't disown his white grandmother and he can't disown the Reverend Wright because these are people who made comments. He said his grandmother made racist comments. I think she used the N-word or something.
Well, she not only called people names, but she told him, I am afraid of black men when I see them walking down the street.
So he says, well, I'm not responsible. Well, he didn't choose his grandmother. He chose the Reverend Wright.
But you're missing his point.
No, I'm not.
His point is that we can no longer keep just throwing people out of our lives. We have to heal what has gone on in this nation.
No, you can't throw people out of your lives. You can't. That's like saying...
He said the man was like family to him.
I'm going to go to Klan meetings, but don't be mad at me for supporting the Klan.
No. He didn't say I support the Klan. He says there are issues that Reverend Wright reveals about what, a segment of the population feels in this country.
He's the Reverend. You don't support him financially, and that's what he did. Look, it's wrong, and he didn't address it.
I listened to what he said, and he made a great deal of sense. You want to keep things the way they are. He is talking about healing everything that has gone on in this country.
Okay, I see that Reverend was really all about healing.
No, the Reverend was not. And I said myself, he should have had this discussion with the minister long ago.
But he didn't.
He is right now.
I don't care.
You don't care, but it's true, and there are issues.
This isn't about Reverend Wright. This is about Barack Obama choosing. He says he's a wise man and will choose. He's a man of great decision making.
That was a brilliant speech, and he's right on.
No, it's not.
And we can continue to ignore race in this country and just hope black people get over it.
That's not the discussion.
That is the discussion in the larger sense.
He chose a church with a racist to be his spiritual leader.
Okay, you don't want to talk about what the country needs to do.
No, that's a separate issue. That's for him and Hillary Clinton and John McCain to debate. This is an issue of he chose to support a man for 20 years and have a close relationship with a guy who is an out. That's like if I hung out with if I went to a church led by a Ku Klux Klansman and said to you,
all right.
Artie's sleeping.
We're arguing. He's sleeping.
I feel like when
I gotta get out of here anyway.
The thing that hit me about this, I know you people sit around all the time.
What do you mean, you people? Who's you people?
The Jews and Italians?
No,
who's you
everybody.
people? I want to know.
Everybody but me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I've seen this.
What do I do? Let me hear what I do.
You sit around and you listen to people in your company make inappropriate statements, and you say nothing.
It's not true.
Absolutely true.
Absolutely not true.
Well, that's true with me.
And by the way, if I hire someone...
Not hire. I'm talking about sitting around in a cocktail situation.
Yeah, but this is not that. This is choosing. There's lots of churches he could choose. He made a choice.
He made the mistake.
No.
Lots of
he
you
knew for 20 years, and then he also lied.
He lied.
He lied.
You never say a word. You know it's wrong. You don't feel that way. In politeness, you keep your mouth shut.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but it's also the judgment issue. He's going into politics.
That's right. If I went to a church where a guy was spewing this shit, I could not be a member. Get out of here with this argument.
You don't sit in a cocktail. You don't go to church.
No.
You go to parties.
No, come on. What are you talking about? You go to a party. You don't choose who's at the party necessarily, but you go to a church.
But you sit there while people say inappropriate things.
No, I don't.
And make,
I've said lots of things to people
jokes.
That are inappropriate.
Right. You come in here and you say it. You don't say it to them.
You don't know anything about me, then.
You tell me this stuff. You come in here and you say, I didn't say anything there, but this guy.
A man running for office
these statements are made.
He supported a guy for 20 years, chose this guy over all others to be his spiritual leader.
It was still a great speech. I'm not talking about whether you vote for him. It was a great speech.
He's a great speech maker. I'm talking about what's bullshit and what isn't. I don't care how well you speak. What are you speaking about is what I'm interested in. And
he was speaking about something that's very important and hopefully will open up a dialogue in this country so we can get past racial issues.
But it didn't answer the question. He supports a racist. And that's it.
So do you.
No, I don't.
You have Daniel Carver on here all the time.
I don't support him.
That's not supporting him so he can get his name out there and sell his product?
It's wrong.
You say it's wrong, but he's still getting support.
I'm a talk show host who deals with controversial topics. I'm not running for president. And I don't go to Temple where Daniel Carver's my rabbi.
You don't go to Temple.
I don't go anywhere where Daniel Carver's my rabbi.
Splitting hairs.
Okay. Split your own hair.
He gets to a lot more people on here than he could in a church pulpit.
So what? I'm not running for office, and I am not the person who is sitting there.
I'm just saying it was a great speech. You said it was a retarded speech.
It was great from a public speaking standpoint. He got up and speaks very, very well.
I'm not talking about how he spoke. It was a great speech.
No,
if you really
it didn't answer the question.
It was an incredible speech.
Well, whatever.
All right.
Then vote for the guy.
I didn't say I had to vote for him because of it. I'm simply saying that he said something that needed to be said.
Good. Glad you got I'm glad you got the message.
Well, it's a shame that it was lost on you.
Well, whatever. It was. It really was.
We woke up.
Whatever.
I feel like when I used to be upstairs in my bedroom listening to my parents fight.
Well,
Howard, if you could only see the TV shows doing like a split screen of Robin, you, and Artie, and when you two are arguing, Artie's eyelashes just start fluttering in and out of consciousness.
He's in big trouble.
I agree with points that both of you are making.
I want to go. I want to just finish the news. You go to sleep and let Robin talk.
All right.
The other thing, can we have some politicians?
Go ahead, please, Rob.
Can we get some politicians who aren't sleeping around? It's getting ridiculous now. Our new governor had to come out and address his philandering ways with the public yesterday.
I tell you, it's depressing.
Also, the McGreevy divorce gets uglier and uglier.
What a creepy guy he is, huh?
Yesterday, or the day before, I told you that Mrs. McGreevy had now been accused of participating in threesomes with her husband and a driver. And she is now denying it, but there has been corroboration from certain hotels, like down in Atlantic City. They said, yes, they would get a hotel room, and they didn't get a separate hotel room for the driver.
Right.
He stayed in the room with them.
That's right.
But she is denying that any sex went on. But the judge in the case is now saying, would you two please pipe down? You have a kid. And this is getting very messy and ugly, and it's going to affect her. Nobody seems to care about the child.
Well, there you go.
Yep, that's what's happening.
All right,
folks.
Robin, let's hope Artie gets some sleep.
How are you going to get him up? That's the question.
All right, I'll
got an hour to kill, so I'll get up.
Like the guys were saying, Howard, we should watch Artie get up.
Getting up will be good.
You want me to get up?
Can you get out of that chair? Don't get
You
up.
can roll out of it.
All right. Ooh. Wait, give him a second. He can't get up.
Universal Amphitheater, April 5th.
He'll be up by then.
Your whole asshole is sticking out. He can't get out of it. He got on the floor.
Nobody can get out.
You gotta lose weight. That's it. You couldn't get out of that chair.
Yeah, but look at it. Who could get out of that chair?
Me.
No.
No,
it's a hard chair to get.
Yoga yesterday.
I can do that. I can get out of it. You gotta lose weight.
I do. No, listen, we're having fun here.
Yeah,
and
but this is crazy. All right, you know what you got.
I agree with
Go home and do it
before.
You run home to Jersey today.
Fred, what do you think the breaking point will be for Artie? Because it seems like these little instances pop up, but it never seems to correct itself, or he never makes the attempt.
You know what? I don't know what it's going to take for Artie, and that's a concern of mine. Like, I know Artie's going to do what Artie's going to do, and knock wood or metal or whatever the fuck this is. It's like I hope he goes for a lot of years, for a long time. But like I say, I worry about the dude.
Because we keep revisiting. I feel like we've done this before.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, and it's almost like, okay, how long is this going to go on before, either the other cannoli drops or whatever. It's
right.
Like something's going to, hopefully it won't be like an incident where he ends up in the hospital or something like that, because like, I'm telling you, you go back and you watch the videotape, on one hand, it's very humorous, but listening to it, it's like you hear the breathing and stuff like that. And it sounds like a guy who's like, he sounds like the guy who was married to Anna Nicole Smith.
Right.
It was like fucking 80 years old. It's like, he's a young dude, it's like,
And he's got a lot of athletic talent. That's
got a lot of athletic ability, but unfortunately, I think that's what happens with a lot of guys who were athletes or are athletes. It's like, the minute they stop, doing the athletic shit, it's like a lot of the muscle, it's like, the muscle's going like, oh, I don't give a fuck, what you do. It's like, feed me.
Right.
So, if there's no activity to go along with that, there you go.
Well, it seems like he can't get started. What do you think would be the best way? Because I know you box.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You got to do. You got to do something that you like, and you also had to have a reason to motivate you. For me, this is turning into a fucking. It's like let's ship this off to Dr. Phil or something like that, because this is way too fucking serious for this shit. But the one thing that made me want to get in better shape and be in better shape is I have a daughter, and I'm not suggesting I already go out and impregnate a woman and have a child, although that is a pretty compelling reason to stay in shape, to be healthy, to eat healthy, because two reasons. Number one, you want to be around to see your kid grow up, and number two, it's like you set an example for people in your family by eating right, living right, exercising, etc., etc. My daughter always knows that I go to the gym, and it's like she appears to be on the right track when it comes to eating, right. And hopefully it'll stay that way.
So he just needs to take that first step and just get going and get some momentum in it.
Yeah, well, ask Benji about taking the first step. It's like it seems easy But like once you go down, it's like once you get to that point of like where it's like you feel like you've got to lift 1,000 pounds of inert fucking material. That's tough.
It's just the thought of it's almost too overwhelming.
Big time, and I think that's what it's easier to reach for a fucking cupcake than it is to go to the Stairmaster.
Right. Artie.
See you later, guys.
See you later. No pun intended. Is this your wake-up call? Is it time to
yes,
to really?
No, it is. There's been several wake-up calls.
But I mean, this was like you even admitted that you just don't feel well. You physically feel terrible.
I do. It's awful. I can't get my work done. I have a lot of work to do with the homeless. Hey, Steve.
Thanks. So you've mentioned before that the best way for you to get back in shape is to actually play a sport because you like playing sport.
I do.
You're watching Howard TV's HD Clip of the Week.
Adrian Grenier and Kevin Connolly. It's actually Grenier. Adrian Grenier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I never knew how to pronounce that either.
Yeah, these guys are on the hit show Entourage on HBO. There's the boys.
There they are in the flesh.
Man. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, fellas. Good to have you on here.
Glad to be here. I like the pronunciation.
Grenier is the right way to say it.
Grenier. Is it? That's
no, it's Grenier. You don't even
tell me. I don't know.
Your co-star doesn't even know how to say it.
It's Grenier. It's Grenier.
I thought it was Grenier.
Grenier.
Why would it be Grenier?
Because Will researched it and found out. And evidently,
so you're wrong.
Adrian, you don't even know how to say your own name.
Is it Grenier? It's Grenier. It's Grenier.
My mom calls you Grenier. I can't believe it. She does it every single time. My mom says the same thing. Grenier.
In year 5, everyone in Mary Tyler Moore's show knew how to pronounce their own name.
When Entourage was first coming out, I remember we spoke.
We had you in with Mark
Mark. And now the show's a huge hit.
It was like the first episode or something.
But did you believe it would really be a hit? Did you really think it would be this big?
Not as big as it is, no. It's pretty shocking. But yeah, at the time, it was like, I think 1 or 2 episodes had aired.
What had you done up until then? I mean, you weren't that well known, right?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I had done Unhappily Ever After. We talked about 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗍.
Right, yeah, that's Kevin. Kevin has quite a sexual history. He was dating a very hot chick named Nikki Cox.
Yes.
And 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗍 stole her.
Swiped her out from her. Yeah. And then Jay Moore swiped her from him.
Is he now married to her? Yeah. She's a very hot chick. She is, in fact, I remember Artie met her once when he was working on the set of
I worked
the
with her
Norm
for
show.
a year.
The Norm show, yeah.
And she'd show up in like a 12-year-old boy's T-shirt, like one of those guinea T-shirts.
Right, the little
she would rehearse.
And she would distract the crew. They had to tell her to put some clothes on.
Fuck, they didn't really have to tell her to put clothes on?
No. What happened was, I worked with her for a full year. And she would rehearse. First of all, she had this enormous black guy who was her bodyguard.
Clay.
Clay. Yeah,
Who was she I mean, from you guys?
She had to have a bodyguard at all times.
She had a real, serious problem with a stalker years ago.
Okay.
And this guy is so intimidating, but she would show up. At the time, she was 21, and she would show up to rehearsal with like a 12-year-old boy's guinea T-shirt on.
Wow.
And fuck the crew. Me and Norm said, listen, we can't act as it is.
We're trying to act here.
I mean, I can't.
She might have been the reason that show got canceled.
That probably is right.
We had to switch our names in the cast to our real name. I originally had a different name.
Kevin, how devastating is it when you lose a girl like that to 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗍?
It was not my finest. It's not one of my finest moments.
How did you tell
We've made up since then.
How did it affect your working with him, though?
We did it actually another year like that with them together. Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
Yikes.
How did she tell you?
I read it somewhere or something.
Oh,
Even
you're
worse.
kidding.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing.
And now she's dating Jay Moore.
She's married to Jay Moore, who's a nice guy. Listen, that was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I've been to hell and back since then.
But was this going on behind your back for a while? Is that what you're saying?
Always assume that it is. If you think it's not, you're just in denial.
I'll have you know, I will never
Whether
do
or
that
not it was.
Kev.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian.
Adrian gets lots of women. We're going to get to his.
Your women.
We're going to get to your resume. I imagine it is not very difficult for you to get women. You're a good-looking dude. Sometimes I see Adrian at the gym. For a while, we were into this weird thing. We didn't even say hello to each other.
That was weird, right?
It was weird. Now I finally walked up to him. I said, "Why
did that go on?"
I go, "I don't know. I mean, I forgot that Adrian was on the show, and I would have immediately gone up and said, normally I don't bother anybody,
right?
But I passed him in the hall, and finally I said to him, hello.
It was an awkward hello, as I recall.
Yeah, because I was like, well, maybe I did something bad to this guy or something. I don't know.
What gym?
I think we were
What's
just
the
trying to
gym
let
we
each
go
other. I mean, we were both like,
Giving each other your space or
sweat.
something.
Yeah, but I didn't want to bother you. You didn't want to bother me.
I don't want to bother anybody, but it was good that we said
Besides, you're
hello.
not a woman. Why should he bother with you?
Honestly, it's true. I thought it might be refreshing.
Why should he waste his time being charming to you?
All right, let me slow this
From
down
the
for
back,
a second.
maybe,
because
right?
I got a lot to talk to you guys about. And Adrian will get to your list. But as long as Kevin started with
Hey,
the
let's
women.
start with Kevin, since we
All right.
know him better.
Kevin, recently, though, and this is an important topic to bring up with you, you happened to be at the MTV Awards.
I was at the MTV. So was
when
Adrian.
Kid Rock, Adrian was there as well, but you were an eyewitness to Kid Rock and Tommy Lee fighting. It was reported in all the newspapers that Pam Anderson was there and Kid Rock and Tommy Lee got into a fight. What did you see that night? What was your eyewitness account?
Okay, now, I mean, I don't want to incriminate anybody. Am I going to get in trouble?
Are there charges?
Are there
No, the
charges?
truth will set you free. What did you see that night? That's all I'm asking you.
Okay. I saw, Kid Rock. We were all at one table. And, Adrian, you were there. You have an eyewitness account as well. Are you going to chime in?
You
here?
saw it too?
Yeah, we were both sitting there.
Now, did the police interview you guys afterwards?
No.
They did not. Why not? Why wouldn't they interview?
I don't think there have been any charges.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's good.
I was actually mesmerized by the performance on stage.
That's the one thing why most people didn't really see what was going on, because 𝗛𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍 was on stage and she was killing it.
Phenomenal.
Really, I find her a little boring.
Not this night. She was not.
She was good.
Nothing boring about it.
And she lost weight, did she not? She
just
better.
looked great. The performance, everything that she was doing was unbelievable. So all eyes were on her. Not to mention, we were right there, so she's like standing on top of us.
So why are these two fighting?
First of all, listen, I don't know Tommy at all. Kid Rock, to me, was like one of the coolest dudes. I could not believe it. I was very impressed with him. He just was like a nice...
He's a very nice
normal guy, you know,
Right.
and he was sitting there, and I guess Tommy Lee came over.
Right.
And sat down sat next to him, and Kid Rock sort of, just...
Decked him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how else to say
Was it a sucker punch?
No. Not that I saw.
Well, all right, let me take you through this. You're sitting at the table, you're minding your own business. Tommy Lee walks over to Kid Rock's table and plunks his ass down in the seat next to Kid Rock.
Now, the other thing to keep in mind is we're all sitting in our, Kid Rock is sitting in his assigned seat.
Right.
It's not like Kid Rock was looking for anything. That was his seat. He was there for 2 hours. He was there the whole night.
Tommy Lee walks over,
Sits
sits
down next to him.
right next to him, which is going to be tough because here they were married to the same woman. A lot of mean
Did he
things were
say
said.
anything?
It looked to me like I don't think that Tommy Lee really even realized he did it.
Oh,
He did
really?
it.
And then Kid Rock
And they
turned.
had this look of like...
Did Kid Rock stand up or did he remain seated?
Tommy Lee stood up first, I believe. Kid
Stood
Rock
up.
said something to him like, get the fuck out of here. Get up and get out of here. Something like that.
And then Kid Rock hauled off and punched him in the face.
That's how it looked to me, yeah.
Did Tommy say anything at all?
He didn't really have much time to say much of anything.
Did Tommy go down from the punch?
It happens. One thing, the other thing is the security there was amazing.
Yes.
Security. It was like a half a second. And
Now,
there
let
was
me ask you
people
something
everywhere.
else. Did Kid Rock check the security before he took the punch?
And then Kid Rock, Kid Rock just got up and sort of walked out with a bunch of security guards. It was pretty.
Wow.
It was really one of the coolest things I've ever seen. To be totally honest with you.
To see Kid Rock punch Tommy Lee in the face was probably better than what was going on stage. While Adrian was staring at the stage, you got to see the real.
I'm a music lover.
You are.
I mean, I
he
literally
likes the
caught it
violence.
out of the corner of my eye. But the funniest thing was then Puffy and all the rapper guys were like, and they said we got to stop violence in rock and roll.
But Kevin, you do like violence. You have been involved.
Well, you
in fights.
participated.
I was nothing.
Did you not punch Oil Air Brandon Davis in the face? Now everybody can't stand him. I mean, he is an obnoxious rich kid. Why did you punch him in the face? How did that?
Why
occur?
not?
Right.
Honestly, he's I obviously dated Nikki for years, and they're
That's not obvious. You dated Nikki Hilton.
Right.
Now let me understand this. When you date one of the Hilton sisters,
yeah,
that's a very wealthy girl, right?
Correct.
Does she pay for stuff?
No, well, no. I mean,
why should she pay for stuff?
Because she has more money than Kevin.
Take her out.
I mean, Kevin's making okay
Please.
money. He's working for HBO. He ain't a millionaire. We know that HBO is very cheap.
Right. Well, they've been good with us.
Have they been good? Adrian, have they been good with you?
They've been all right.
They've been all right. You're not. I don't see you doing any dancing.
I don't have anything to compare it to.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Now,
Yeah. I mean, no. Listen. I mean, I earn enough living to where. Do I pay for dinner? Of course. know, would I do that kind of stuff?
He
But I
used to
wasn't
have to
like-
compete financially with her a little bit. As I recall, he spent a lot of money on gifts because he had to sort of show her that
Kevin
he.
Dillon used to say, "You're setting the bar too high early, bro."
And you would hang out with Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton. That's got to be a great, fun scene for you, right?
Yeah, and they were the whole family. They were always very nice
But
to me.
the
It'd
thing-
be easy to sit here. But
Where
they're a
it
nice
shows, though, is like on vacations.
Correct. Well, no, not like that. They took me away for they took me
That's
away
when
for
she spends
Christmas
her
vacation.
money.
But her, that
See,
was
we
her
could-
dad.
We could probably
Rick,
do a whole interview just on this aspect of your life because
Right.
it's fascinating to bag one of these Hilton sisters and to
And hang
really,
around in the whole thing, yeah.
They're nice. They're actually really nice girls.
Would you
they
ever,
hate me now.
Did they hate you now? Why do they hate you now?
Well, no, it's gotten better. I mean, they hated me for a while, but
Why? Because you broke up?
Yeah, I mean, we just had an ugly breakup. But
Why did she think you were going to marry her?
She thought a lot of things, but we're friendly now.
Why did you break up? It seems like a good situation, attractive girl. I mean, money, the whole thing.
We were together for a long time, and it's just some things just run their course. You know?
Yeah. How now?
Run their course, huh?
When you start banging her, was this before Entourage?
Actually, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So
Did you have to choose between the sisters? I mean, you go out. Do you have to say, should I go for Paris or Nikki?
No.
Who's got the tighter vagina, Nikki Cox or Nikki Hilton?
Oh dear.
Come on, let's get that.
Dear.
Who's tighter? Who's
They're
better
both
in bed?
very good friends,
All right, who's better in bed? Nikki Cox or Nikki Hilton? You go to a girl. You go into an island. They say to you, the only thing you can bring.
You get one Nikki. Which
That
one
would
do
be
you
a tough
bring?
one.
You go with Cox or Hilton?
That would be a tough one.
It would.
That would be a tough one.
Well, what's your
They're
choice?
both
I'm giving you Schindler's List now.
Honestly, the other thing, Nikki Cox, it was so long. I mean, it was literally. Like
So you would
12
take
years
Nikki
ago.
Hilton over Nikki
No,
Cox?
no, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I would take Nikki Hilton. There's a chance Nikki Cox might blurt out Jay Moore's acting.
You've just watched Howard TV's HD Clip of the Week.
Yeah, hey, I'm Slash, and I'm here promoting my book, Slash. And that's basically it. And I have no idea. I'm sure Howard's going to ask me about a lot of the little stories that are in the book, but I don't know which ones he would have picked up on. Probably all the lewd ones, I'm sure.
Now, is there anything that you don't want to talk about in there?
I'd like to try and keep away from talking about Axl in any great detail, because that's always sort of unnecessary. And I'm pretty much wide open for anything else.
Slash is here from the legendary band Guns N' Roses, and more familiar to you now is Velvet Revolver is his new band with
And he's looking quite good.
with the great Scott Weiland, and I can't imagine what an effort must have gone into this for Slash to write a book.
But I'm telling you, he doesn't look like a guy who would be calling you at 4 o'clock in the morning. With a story.
I'm reading a lot of the book now, actually.
Here he
and
is.
It's killer stories in there.
Look at him.
Look at you. That's you. All right. Guy's a great rock guitarist. Spent many a day, I am sure. When you wrote this book, Slash, did you talk about your days as a really young man where you would... I mean, a few rock stars write about what it's like to become a professional musician. I mean, yes, people concentrate on the more sensationalistic aspects of this book.
After you've gotten there,
the
yeah.
sex, the drugs, and all that stuff. But didn't you have to spend endless hours in your room practicing this guitar to become a virtuoso, which you are?
It's mentioned. I mean, I didn't get into it in great detail. But
See, they always, just gloss over that
it
part.
talks about how I got into it.
I don't like where your microphone is. You do me a
Where
favor.
is
Just
your
shift
microphone?
it's in your
Can't even see
headphone, but shift your headphones down like this.
All right, hold on.
Gary, help Slash, for Christ's sake.
Is that better? Say something.
Yeah, I think that's right. Take a look at that, Gary. Help Slash out, for Christ's sake. The man's not a professional broadcaster.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There it is. Cool. Okay, now it's
All
good.
right.
Now it's good.
So what I was getting at was, I mentioned how I got started and what I was into, what I was listening to at the time, and how I used to spend 12 hours a day and how I got completely engrossed in the whole thing and whatnot.
There was
So it does take 12 hours a day.
Right, but it's not because for me personally, it's not because, you go, okay, it's whatever time, 9 o'clock in the morning or something. I start now, and then there's a lunch break, and then I get done.
No, you were a kid who was obsessed with guitar.
Obsessed, yeah. So
Right.
every waking moment I spent with the
And
guitar.
what was it that inspired you? I mean, what was it that made you say, I want to play the guitar?
So, it's a long story. What happened was Steve Adler, the original drummer, for Guns N' Roses. He and I met when we were about 13, and we basically ditched the 7th and 8th grade together, and just we're best friends. And he had a guitar, a little cheap guitar, electric guitar, and a cheap little amplifier, and he had a little turntable, and he used to crank Kiss, you know, as loud as it would go, and then turn the amp up. And he didn't know how to play, but he would just bang on it. And it was the excitement of that started that whole sort of, you can imagine, teenage thing where it's like, oh yeah, we got to start a band. You know?
It's a great thing in life when you have a passion like that. Do you think that you had exceptional musical talent, or was it this unbelievable dedication to practicing?
I think basically I was raised on a lot of music because my parents were in the music business, and I loved rock and roll from the minute I could remember. And then when I actually picked up the guitar and put those realistically 3 notes together that make a rock lick, that have that rock sound to it, right, I had a knack for it.
Did you ever take a professional lesson from a teacher?
I tried to, yeah.
And it didn't work?
Well, what happened is I had this guy. When I started, what I was getting at with Steve was he was going to play guitar and I was going to play bass, right? So I went to a local music school that was in the neighborhood. And I went in there without an instrument, and I said, I want to learn how to play bass. And the teacher was like, well, do you have an instrument? I said, no. So he started talking to me about trying to get into my head about what I knew about music, where I was headed, what I wanted to do. And while he was talking, he was strumming the guitar, you know, and playing some Hendrix licks.
Yeah.
I said, that's what I want to do.
And did you ever learn how to formally read music?
Not very much. You know, I mean, I started out with the basics. When I was in the music school, he sort of taught me some rudimentary stuff that was really handy. You know, I learned how to string a guitar, because my first guitar only had 1 string. And
is it mostly by ear that you played, even with Guns N' Roses? Like you would hear something in your head and then you would just try to figure it out on the guitar?
It starts out like piano lessons, scales, you know, you're trying to read music.
Right.
And that didn't sound anything like what I wanted to do, so I noticed that he could listen to any song that I would give him, and he could pick it up and learn it by ear. And I said, I can do that. And and I quit school and I went and did it on my own.
So if you need to learn a piece of music, you just listen to it.
Yeah. And so when we're writing stuff for, say, any number of bands that I've been in, or I go and do a session with any number of artists, I just go in and do it by ear. The only person that I went in and worked with that I had to do...
Let me guess, Michael Jackson?
No, Ray Charles.
He wanted you to what? Read music?
I had to read chord charts.
You did?
Yeah.
And was that difficult?
It was, you know, Ray Charles chord charts are not like anybody's chord charts. These are very, the reason I had to read the chord charts was to actually remember all the different chords, because there's so many and they're all jazz chords, which I hardly ever use.
So when you went into a session with Michael Jackson, let's say, he would play you a piece of music and say, hey, Slash, see what you can do with this?
Yeah, he would give me an arrangement, and then he would go, you know, do whatever you want, and he would leave.
When you had to write a book, I mean, that sounds ridiculous that you had to write a book. That sounds like
another chore.
But I started thinking about your life. Mm-hmm. You are a guy, like a free spirit. I don't think you really sat and worried. Like, you've been married 3 times.
Twice.
And twice, okay. But one of your wives, didn't you bang some chick like the night before your wedding?
My current wife.
Yeah. You cheated on her the night before the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And that marriage is working.
Yeah.
But don't you think, it is working.
Well, she's got balls, I don't know.
But don't you think, like, in a way, I mean, with all the drug use, out of control behavior, all of this stuff, I go back to your childhood. It was a wild childhood in the sense that your mom even was having this torrid love affair with David Bowie while you were just a child.
Is that right?
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, torrid's a pretty heavy word.
No, I mean, you mean affair like that? She was still married to Slash's dad?
No. My mom and dad were separated at that point.
And was your dad a black guy?
No, he's white. My mom's black.
Your mom is black.
Uh-huh.
Is Bowie's thing black chicks?
No, he's
dated a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's married to a black chick now.
Uh-huh.
I think that's his thing.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Why does it have to be a thing?
Actually, a lot of white English guys like black girls. You know, my dad too.
Yeah,
he's English.
Yeah,
and I've noticed it also on some other, occasions.
You would
I don't want to stereotype them, but yeah.
Right. Did you because people don't think of you as black. Do you think of yourself as black?
I don't think of myself as anything really, but when it comes up, I'm just a mixture of the two. And
was your mother rejected by the black community because she married a white guy?
No. I mean, maybe I was too young to really say anything about that because I wouldn't know. But as far as I could tell, there wasn't any issues.
Was there ever shame or humiliation?
I'm sure there was a little bit.
Was there ever shame or humiliation humiliation in your life that you had a black mother? Did white kids try to shame you for that?
No, but I think there was moments. I mean, I really came from a different side of the tracks, no matter which school I went to or what neighborhood I lived in when I was coming up. So I was always different, and that just added to
right
the mystique.
But wasn't it weird for you? Here you are, a young kid, and your mom is carrying on with what is a very, very famous rock star, and there were almost no rules how you grew up.
Yeah.
Didn't you? One of your mom's boyfriends do drugs with you, like heavy drugs, like smoke coke with you?
Yeah.
Who? Wow.
I mean, you were what, 12 when that happened?
12. Yeah, 12.
12 years old.
No wonder you had a drug problem.
Yeah. Your mom's dating a guy, and she goes to bed or whatever, and he comes into the room, and he says, "Let's get high."
No, my mom didn't know anything about it.
Right.
She wouldn't have allowed it.
No, understood.
No, he at some point he came to me and he's like, I know you do this stuff. Like, he was a photographer and he needed, misery loves company. He needed somebody to get high with, is what it was. And we'd go in the dark room and he'd get me loaded. And then we'd go out and hang out.
12 years old.
All night. Yeah, around 12 years old. And go out and pillage the neighborhood until about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Then I would come home, pretend like I was asleep, and then get up and go to school.
But when adults are doing that with you,
oh yeah, mentally,
it's got to screw your whole head up. Like there's no rules, there's no boundaries.
And no wonder you seem weird to the kids at school.
Well, by the time I was 12 and 13, I'd already established sort of a tearaway kind of personality, and so. But I'm talking about when I was younger, like when I was.
But you know what's sad about this?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
If you hadn't had the musical gift, if you hadn't been, Slash from Guns N' Roses, you could have easily just ended up a junkie, no money, no life whatsoever, because these adults were not willing to parent you.
Well, all things considered, that's probably true. I probably would have ended up being an artist though, because that was the original thing that I was.
Yeah, but you're talking about having some talent. We're saying if you had no talent.
Yeah, then I would probably
I mean, you live in a $7 million home.
That's the only reason I'm. The whole professional aspect of it and the musical. The passion for music and all that is what's got me to the point where I'm still here right now,
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a major part of it.
In a sense, too, then look at the dysfunctional family you married into, in a sense, in the Guns N' Roses organization. I mean, that's why the band couldn't stay together. I mean, in a way, maybe that's why you were attracted to Axl as a partner in music, because he was screwed up.
Out of it too.
You were screwed up on drugs. I mean, who was the biggest drug addict in that band? It wasn't you.
It was pretty much. Well, no, I think it was myself and Steven. And Izzy went through a period. Axl was never a drug addict.
Oh, he wasn't. He's just
sober.
difficult.
He's straight. I mean, he would get high from time to time, but he's never been an addict.
Do you ever wish that Axl would come to his senses even now and just put the original Guns N' Roses back together again, go on tour, make a ton of dough, do
you remember why
I think it's
you were so
mutual.
It's more mutual.
Yeah,
but what was it about you and the rest of the guys that he just would never want to get together with you again?
Well, at this point, I think, with all fairness to Axl, when I actually left the group, and I think he feels sort of. I haven't approached him about getting back together anyway, but I would imagine that he feels pretty abandoned.
I see.
We were.
Why did you leave the group?
I just couldn't. There was certain things I just couldn't take anymore.
Like what though? It's so worth it. It was such a great band.
You know what?
What couldn't you take?
I couldn't take. There was a lot of it had to do with just not being able to control him, the time that the band went on stage, when we were doing anything on a professional level, and then after the Use Your Illusions tour was over, which was 2.5 years of a lot of roller coaster kind of behavior, and then also another thing was losing 2 of the original members of the band, which was Steven and Izzy. So that I realized there was a chemistry about the way that we all worked, and also in relationship to Axl. Izzy was very much a sort of the glue, the in-between guy that kept Axl and I sort of on an even keel. Because he came to LA, basically, they were both from Indiana, so they had a certain kind of a relationship that really helped how the rest of the band sort of functioned.
Like the album name, Appetite for Destruction. Maybe it's just that's what it had to be. It had to destroy itself.
You have a really, really explosive band, which obviously is going to have sort of an implosive thing,
Right.
But and then after once we got in to start working on what would have been the next record, there was a lot of contractual stuff that Axl started throwing around, and that just was the icing on the cake.
Will you ever cut your hair? In other words, a lot of guys now have cut their hair. You still maintain the long hairdo.
Same with you.
Yes, but will you cut it all off at some point? I mean, there seems to be a movement. Why have you held on to the long hair?
I seriously doubt it. I don't know. I really haven't given it that much thought. This is the most thought I put into it.
Right now, it's still working.
I don't agree with you. I think you do put a lot of thought into your look. I think Guns N' Roses put a lot of thought into their look. I think Velvet Revolver puts a lot of thought into their look.
Well, if you knew me as a kid, I'm basically the same. I always had long hair, always wore jeans and tennis shoes and T-shirts.
And the jewelry?
And jewelry.
Right.
It was the only thing that's different was the top hat, which came later.
How old were you when you put a nose ring in?
Oh, I must have done that during the Snake Pit days, so that was like the mid-'90s.
So there was nothing you could do that would shock your mother. Your mother had a rock and roll lifestyle.
I remember when I came home with my first tattoo, and I was like 15, 16 years old, and she was like, well, you know, the cliche. She goes, you know, you're going to have to live that the rest of your life. And that was the last I ever heard of it.
That was, she didn't care.
No.
Did you ever feel your mom didn't care?
Was very, very, very cool, and I was raised with a lot of
very
freedom.
cool. When your but wait a second. Yeah. When your mother was having a relationship with David Bowie, was that the coolest thing that could have ever happened? How old were you? I mean, he's way cool. I was
like a 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
And you would see David Bowie.
Yeah.
He would hang out in the house. You've had a charmed life that way.
She also used to work with him. She designed all his clothes, so they had a working relationship first and foremost, and then they had a romantic relationship, which really didn't last that long. It was probably like maybe a year and a half.
But were you proud of that? Were you like, wow, my mom's...
He was the first guy that came in after my dad, so I was pretty apprehensive about hanging out with him for a while.
But your mom must have been a very good-looking woman.
She's very good-looking.
Were you ever disciplined about anything? Did you ever receive any discipline? Were you ever punished?
No.
What would they punish you
You're not giving
for?
me any chance to get a word in.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, sorry.
But my parents, like I was saying, with all the freedom that I was given, I was, as far as certain morals and certain character thing, you know, there was a lot of that was instilled in me. There was a lot of right and wrong that just sort of came natural for them to sort of instill in me, which was really great. And I think there was a sort of a mutual respect thing, almost like treating me on the same level as they were. It was very interesting. I used to call them by their first names.
I wonder if that's good or bad.
I wouldn't let my kids call me by my first.
You have kids now.
Yeah, they try. Yeah.
Do you are you a disciplinarian?
I'm not too good at that. I try. You know, I get like, you know, like I try and get angry, but I think it's almost laughable. But my wife she's got a handle on it.
So you're providing structure for your kids, even if it's through your wife.
Well, and also, I mean, you know, I've obviously learned a lot over the years, and I have a pretty clear memory of coming up, and so you just sort of you have sort of a natural instinct for things and what the kids should be doing and what you might have done wrong that you want to teach them not to do.
See, when I sit with you, you seem like such a rational guy. I can't imagine you almost throwing it all away on heroin and cocaine. I don't see it with you. I almost see you like a businessman. I mean, okay, despite the rock and roll persona and all that, I see you as a very reliable guy, a guy who shows up on time for interviews. You have a sense of the business. You respect rock and roll. You love what you do you have such a passion for this guitar. What attracted you to this heroin to the point that you were, you know, every minute with it I mean, it took over your life.
It was downtime.
Do you think that you were depressed?
It was. I wouldn't say. Most of it was fun for the longest time, so I can't say that I was actually depressed. If there was a psychologist here and we did a one-on-one for an hour and a half, he'd probably come up with some answers that maybe I wouldn't be thinking of right now. But it was mostly fun. But the thing about the drugs was it was always when I wasn't working. And I'm so hyperactive, and when I'm sitting here with you, or I'm sitting in the studio, or I'm out on the road, I'm actually in work mode, and that I can deal with. And as long as that's a constant, I'm fine.
But when the downtime comes,
would end, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. And the pace of being in a band and touring constantly and living that life is something that still to this day I love touring more than I like being at home.
Right.
I still can't mellow out.
Right.
And I'm learning how to adjust to life not working, so that I don't go into the abyss like I normally would.
Is it hard for you to be a husband and a father when you really yearn for the road and the freedom of the road?
I just have to take them with me. I mean, I love them to death, so I make it work, but I have to admit I'm a little antsy when I'm at home for too long.
The last time you cheated on your wife was before you married her. You've been able to remain faithful?
In all honesty, I haven't cheated on her once since we got together.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, but now, are you on any kind of medication, or you...
You on Subutex?
No. I did do it for a minute, though.
Yeah?
How do you get off heroin? You say that in your book that you go cold turkey.
I never really got into using prescription drugs to opt out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Artie uses Subutex. He's on it regularly to keep him off his heroin.
Right.
But
a lot of guys do that. I used Subutex for the first time a little over a year ago. and that's how I got off the OxyContin.
Oh, you were on that too, huh?
Well, that's heroin. I mean, people don't realize it, but that's heroin.
But before that, there was this stuff called Buprenex, and that never worked for me. I don't think I did it properly.
But it's funny, in your book, you describe your first heroin experience as not even being all that great. You were in the studio 1984 with 𝗦𝗍𝗍.
That was the first heroin experience where I smoked it.
I see.
But the first time I ever shot it up, that was it.
Why would you go to shooting it if smoking did nothing for you?
Because, I don't know,
Because you couldn't believe you didn't like it. You mean when you smoked it, what was the reaction?
We were when I smoked it, I felt a little bit queasy, and I don't think I knew exactly what I was doing, so I didn't get the full effect that I was supposed to get.
And then how much time passed when you said to yourself, I have an idea that if I injected this, I would be happy?
It probably was about a year.
A year?
Yeah. Maybe in those days, a short amount of time seemed like forever. So it could have been 6 months, but it seemed like a year.
You mainlined.
Yeah.
But isn't it a weird thing, Slash, to start wrapping your arm with something and cooking up drugs?
It's actually half the fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It really. Do you still dream of it? Do you still miss it?
No.
You don't?
You know what? Because I stopped doing it as on a regular basis in like 1991 as soon as Guns N' Roses went back out on the second record. And I stopped, and I chipped a couple times along the way over the course of however many years. I probably put like maybe 7 or 8 times, and it never was as good as when I first did it. It was always
chasing the dream,
pain in the ass, and it just after a while you just resigned to the fact that it's just not going to be like that anymore, and you sort of let it go.
All right, so you're drug free now.
I've had moments where there's been people around who have had it on it, and there's in the back of your mind there's that sort of like, a sensation of going, oh yeah, wow, but your rational thinking just takes over and goes, you don't want to go.
And you never did any rehabs or?
I did my first real rehab stint about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That recently. Would you laugh at guys like Aerosmith when you guys would go out on tour with Aerosmith when you were in Guns N' Roses, and they would have rules where, in order to protect their sobriety, you couldn't even drink alcohol around them, or you had to hide it and drink it in a cup and this and that or the other thing. You don't place those kind of demands on other people, do you?
No. I actually like it when, within reason, that people are, I like to be out with people and know that they're able to drink and stuff like that. It makes me feel more comfortable.
You don't even drink anymore? Wow.
Nothing? Right, Vay.
I know, right?
Wow.
But I play a lot better, and I've been very productive. And it's this particular point in my life, it's actually working.
When you go to rehab and you show up and you're a very famous person, do you go to a rehab specifically for famous people?
Well, this particular rehab that I went to wasn't necessarily for famous people, but you had to have some cash.
You had to have some major dough. So you're in there with some big players.
There was actually nobody there when I went in.
You had your own rehab.
I was the only client, which was great.
Isn't that a little scary?
My own bedroom. I think I was really in control going in there, knowing why I was there. So I think I really went to rehab more just to get some help to get off the stuff that I was on at the time. I really
was that the OxyContin and all that?
Yeah. That just so I didn't want to go through the whole long withdrawal thing, and also just to sort of get away from everything for a minute and get my head together, because there was a lot of shit going on at that time.
Not only were drugs going on, but a lot of sex. And you describe something in your new book that is very disturbing, and I feel for you on this.
What, the 𝗦𝗍𝗍 thing?
The 𝗦𝗍𝗍 thing. You say,
what is going on
I
here?
remember.
I knew this is. Yeah.
I remember being up in the bunk one night after a show with 𝗦𝗍𝗍 and some girl. We were taking turns having sex with her, but 𝗦𝗍𝗍 wasn't wearing any protection. So when he pulled out, he came on my leg.
Oh!
Since I was right there on the other side of her, that definitely stopped me in my tracks. I sat up, I looked at him, and I said, "Hey, 𝗦𝗍𝗍, man. We've got to get a bigger place."
Yeah, right.
When a man comes on your leg, what is that like?
That was a very surreal experience. But you have to understand, we were in a space that was entirely probably the size of a twin mattress. It was a loft that was the size of the mattress, and there was nowhere else to go, and we were both banging the same girl, and there was nowhere else for him to move to. And so in the heat of the moment, he wasn't really thinking about where he was aiming, and I was right there. And,
so many...
Really bonding moment.
It really is. And when 𝗦𝗍𝗍 came, did he come a lot? Was it a big load? Did he drop a big load?
What? It seemed like an eternity.
Was he laughing? That he goes, "Oh
no,
my God!"
He didn't know where he didn't know.
He was out.
No, he didn't realize where I was in proximity to where
it was dark.
What do you do? Honestly, this is very specific. What do you do with the load once it's on?
To lick it up.
You did? Did she really? I'm going to throw up. What do? You wipe it off with his shirt?
I used one of the blankets on the mattress.
When you're living that close with a bunch of guys and everything, the one thing I don't get is double teaming these chicks. Here, I mean, this is certainly a tremendous amount of variety on the road of women, especially when you're in a cool band.
This was in the old days. This was like before we ever hit the road, when we were just like the scourge of Hollywood local band.
Did you ever feel bad for the women? Did you ever have any sort of, this is what I'm talking about with your childhood. Like, it's almost like there were no rules. Like, some woman comes in, she's almost disposable. You take her in there, you fuck her a couple of times.
I'm not one of those guys. I'm that one guy in the band that actually sort of was sort of a sucker for girls. I mean, even the stupidest ones, I felt sort of bad for, the ones that would come in and be so easy to disrespect, you know?
Right.
And so some of the relationships that I had with women over the years, or most of the relationships I had with women over the years, when it came to sex, it was usually, so there was some sort of mutual respect between the two of us. But in certain instances, like this one that we're talking about with 𝗻𝗍, that was just some girl that I don't even know how she ended up there.
Did you ever share women with Axl Rose, the lead singer of Guns N' Roses?
A couple times.
You did?
Yeah.
So
I guess everybody shared.
Yeah. That's amazing. I never got into that. Then again, nobody wanted to share with me. Who wanted to see me naked? Certainly not another guy. Does it feel a little bit gay when you see one of your bandmates naked there, you know, and
you
penis
know
is
how
hard?
they
It's funny. You can sort of. You don't really get into the watching them per se.
Right.
It becomes sort of an animal thing. That you're not really paying attention to them. You're with the girl, and he's with the girl, and you're not really focusing on him at all. And you don't want him in any. Like, I had an incident a long time ago where I used to have these parties at my house, and party loving people would come over, and we would have a lot of, you know, interaction.
Yeah.
And I was on the landing in my house with this girl, and I was on the floor, and she was on top of me, and Ron Jeremy happened to be there, and he came up behind her without even asking, and then sort of got behind her, and I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden I felt invaded.
Yeah.
So there has to be some. It's not one of those kind of things. I watch some porno movies and I just couldn't handle.
There are rules,
you know,
in a sense.
You didn't want Ron Jeremy joining in.
Yeah, there can be some awkward moments.
Awkward in the sense too, like when you have to follow 𝗻𝗍, let's say, or Axl, you're the second guy in the girl. These guys have already come inside the girl. I mean, does any of that bother you? That bothers me for some reason. Why am I so uptight? I mean,
yeah,
that's
really,
my problem.
Of all people.
Am I uptight?
It's not really being uptight. It's just certain people have certain limits to what they think is, you know,
acceptable.
That never bothered you.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of it that bother me. You know, I'm not. I'm sleazy to an extent, but there's another part of me that's got a moral center that you know, there's certain things I won't accept.
But are there rules as to who goes first?
I have a wide.
Yeah, but like, are you the king bee in a sense that like you go first and then the guys follow?
I never thought about that. I'm actually racking my brains trying to figure out how that works.
So did there come a time when, let's say 𝗻𝗍 was banging a chick, he finishes, then you say, now I'm hopping on?
I don't think it ever really worked that way. It was usually one of those kind of things that if we were sharing a girl, it sort of all happened at the same time.
So would you prefer the mouth or the anus or the vagina?
Well, we never did the
anus.
Anus, you know, the two, you know.
Right.
Yeah, that's way out of control.
What's that sign that they got?
Yeah, what is that called? Double, not DP,
it's not
but
double penetration.
I learned this in Canada recently. I can't remember what it's called though. Anyhow, I think you know, like he would be doing her and I would be getting oral.
Right.
We might switch around, not in any particular order.
Would it be something sort of too, if you weren't well hung?
I would prefer just having the one girl or two girls. I don't really like
two
having
girls
guys
is okay
around.
too.
I could probably count on two hands how many times
you shared.
I shared, yeah.
Because it's a weird thing. Do you ever get into my penis is bigger than 𝗻𝗍's? Or I mean, I would get into that. I mean, I'm not saying it's because you do naturally compare, and any guy who says they don't is lying.
Also, don't you see him doing some weird things? Oh, look at what he's doing.
Right.
I guess there's awkward moments. Yeah.
Did you ever see 𝗻𝗍 like looking at a girl's butthole, and then you go, you know what, 𝗻𝗍's gross?
Yeah, right. No, I don't remember that. But I do remember some incidents that happened with some other people in other bands where you have like a few girls come from a strip club or something like that, and they come into a hotel room and everybody's partying, and then all inhibitions go out the window, and next thing you know, there's like two girls giving one guy head for a minute, and then the other guy comes along, and then you're all standing together and they're all doing it, and you sort of at that point, it's a party, but then there's another element that comes in. It's like, okay, now we're all doing this together. I didn't know you that well. No. Yeah, there's some moments out there.
When you wrote the book, did you leave some of those things out? Like you saw the lead singer of AC/DC do something?
I didn't put anything in there. There was one mention of my good friend James Hetfield.
Okay, from Metallica.
Right.
Yeah.
And I put it in there. I didn't want to get him into, I didn't want to.
What'd you see him do? What'd you put in?
He was in my hotel room, in the actual bedroom part, and I let him use the room with this girl that he was with. And this was a long time ago, way before he got married.
Pre-marriage, yes.
Yeah,
of course.
And I needed to go in the room to get something, so I sort of opened the door and was creeping in, and he was head fucking her against the wall. But he was doing it. He was doing it in the James Hetfield kind of like
angry.
He was going, oh yeah, this is fun.
Rock and roll.
I mentioned that because it was.
Is your penis bigger than Izzy's?
I can't remember. I think we're roughly around the same.
Roughly around the same size. Axl had a small penis. I read.
I don't know. I never actually went there.
I see. Never took a look at that. Well, I mean, it's a fascinating life. I mean, the sex.
Are you
drugs.
talking to Axl now?
Hell no. These guys can't stand each other.
We haven't talked since when I quit. That was
pretty much it.
An unprecedented sort of kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought that I was serious. And I think that really caused a lot of bad blood.
You deal with the financial aspects of being in Guns N' Roses too. Your signing bonus when you first get signed to a record label. This is how out of control you were, which is so opposite the guy I kind of know sitting on the couch. You blew your signing bonus.
I tried not to.
You blew it on heroin, right?
Yeah. Well,
sad, right? I bet. How much money do you think you missed out on?
It wasn't that much money. It was $7,500.
Yeah, but at the time you had nothing.
At the time, it was huge, and I couldn't put money in the bank because I had a lien on my income at the time, and so I had it all in traveler's checks, and I really tried to maintain it. But you have to understand that when Guns N' Roses got signed, that we couldn't do anything. We couldn't do any gigs or really do anything except for sit for about 1.5 years. And it was pretty hard to do it. We were bored shitless.
Is there an unbelievable aspect to fame that, like, aside from your mom introducing you to David Bowie at an early age, all of a sudden you start to get in a band, you start to get some kind of name out there, and suddenly, like you say, your first son was conceived in Ron Wood of the Rolling Stones house. You're hanging out with Sly of the Family Stone, smoking PCP and crack with him. I mean, you're doing...
Well, I didn't actually smoke crack with him.
But you saw him doing it. Yeah. It's hard to believe. He seems like such a normal guy.
Yeah, when I saw him last, he looked fine.
And then all these wild...
Drugs do weird things to very normal people.
And then wild things happen to you. I mean, a woman blew him while he was asleep. I mean, that's great stuff, right?
She wasn't a woman. She was a kid.
What do you mean?
She was, she must have been like 14 or 15 years old.
And you were asleep?
I was sort of asleep. I sort of half woke up for that.
I mean, this is not a normal life. You know that. I mean, most guys...
It's all fun, though. I got to tell you.
You bet.
I have no regrets.
Oh, I was going to ask you that. Certainly you shouldn't.
Also, my parents, I came from sort of the whole free love generation.
Right.
Everybody was very uninhibited in those days. And when you talk about David and whatnot, I mean... I was raised around a lot of musicians, a lot of entertainers,
right.
And it was all like that. I mean, I remember walking into a friend of my mom's place one time. I mean, adults were always having sex when I was a kid. It wasn't.
All of this.
Yeah, it wasn't lurid, that kind of sex. It was just sort of a more loving kind of.
I'm telling you, he had a childhood with no rules.
Yeah.
I mean, you thought it was normal to walk into a room and see adults having sex.
Well, I mean, it would have been abnormal for them to keep me around.
Did you ever see your mom having sex?
Only once.
Who was she having sex with? With your dad?
Yeah, I walked in one time.
That's weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
What position were they in? I bet it's frozen in your mind.
It was missionary.
It was.
Yeah.
And did you stand there and watch?
There was that second that lasts forever.
Yeah. You saw it going in and out.
No, it wasn't that close. I was on the other side of the room.
That's got to be traumatic. Yes, Gary, what do you want to ask?
No, I just want to ask Slash, because there's stuff that you're reading. I heard that you don't talk to Axl anymore, and there was that weird incident a couple of years ago, I just never understood. Guns N' Roses, the Axl Guns N' Roses, played the Hard Rock on New Year's Eve, and Slash went there just to see what was going on, but I never understood what actually happened.
What happened was my wife and I saw an ad for Guns N' Roses at the Hard Rock at the joint in the Hard Rock, and so we made a plan to go there. It was New Year's Eve, so went down there, sort of got myself set up, made a phone call, got set up, and then went down there, and I was forbidden to enter the venue.
But did you ever say to Axl, "Hey, I want to come by and see you"?
No.
And they didn't want you in.
The whole building knew I was coming.
Why do you think you went there? Were you looking for confrontation? Were you looking to say to him?
They were saying that the rumor was I had my guitar and my top hat, and I was going to go in there. Some
But why go and torture yourself?
But no,
in a
I just
sense?
wanted to go see Guns N' Roses because I'd never seen them before.
Yeah, but wait a second.
That was it.
You
That
had
was
to be
it.
angry. This isn't Guns N' Roses.
But this was years after. You have to understand, when I quit, whatever he went on to do after that was fine.
Right.
And I knew he was going to continue on with the name because that was one of the things that was leading up to the split anyway, when it first came up. And so no, I was really intrigued. I wanted to go see what Guns N' Roses was.
What do you think of like Van Halen right now, where they get rid of Michael Anthony, the original bass player and backup vocal guy? They put in Eddie's son. Eddie Van Halen's son is in there now. Like, does that kind of burn you up a little bit? Because that's what Axl tried to pull with Guns N' Roses. He tried to replace the whole band. Do the fans deserve to see... They don't want to see Van Halen or Guns N' Roses with other players.
Well, I think it needs to be made very clear to the public that the original members will not be there, which... Somehow with the Guns situation, I don't think that happened.
I think that's why you went to the show that night. You wanted to sort of say to Axl, go ahead, you do this in front of me, asshole.
It wasn't like that.
I will tell you how
it was really pretty innocent. Just wanted to go see. I mean, think about it. How interesting would that be?
Yeah, but you couldn't have been surprised by their reaction.
I would be angry.
I was, there's a point there, it's like, oh, come on, get off it. What am I going to do?
Yes, Gary.
It was weird because there was one time I went to see Guns N' Roses, and of course you're looking for the guitar player to be Slash, and it could have just been sort of, nondescript, and instead it was that weird guy Buckethead. Do you remember?
That was on the MTV
show. It was a guy with a bucket over his head, and it was almost like calling too much attention.
I was him for Halloween a couple of years ago.
Were you? You were Buckethead?
Yeah, but let me just put one thing in.
Do you think Buckethead is a talented individual?
I don't really know his work. I really don't know his work.
Okay.
I've heard he's a really accomplished guitar player.
Okay.
Very technically, fluent.
You say that as a put down in a way, that a guitar player
he's not a rock guy,
A rock guy has a certain soul to his guitar.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's not just all about technical.
I have heard a couple pieces of music from Buckethead, and it's technically proficient, but doesn't have any heart.
So, in other words, you kind of say, hey, there's two types of musicians. There's the guy who can go in and read charts and get that all done, and then there's you. You can walk into a studio and make something magical happen.
Something like that. It's like if somebody picks up the guitar and has the balls to really come from the heart and expose himself, emotionally on the instrument, you can tell, you can feel it.
Getting back to the sex for 1 minute.
Wait, let me straighten out one thing about
go ahead.
the Axl thing.
Yeah.
Just with all due respect to Axl, he didn't know that I was banned from the venue. It was a manager thing, which actually happened to be our old manager, who I hated with a passion anyway. And he thought Axl might not react, positively if he knew I was there, so he decided to take it upon himself.
But did Axl ever reach out to you afterwards to say, hey, I heard you were there, sorry you couldn't get in, would have loved to have seen you?
No, that's not his style.
No, he doesn't
No
do
reaching
that.
out.
No.
Now,
okay, sorry.
Getting back to the sexual thing, it is amazing, because I'm sure you guys weren't wearing contraception and stuff. The only STD you say in your book that you got was you got genital warts on your stomach.
No. I got genital warts on my penis, but what happened was I had these marks on my stomach, which they were sort of like psoriasis kind of thing, but being hypochondriac, I guess. It was right around the time that the AIDS thing was first really starting.
Right.
And it just seemed like real small versions of what the AIDS
So you thought you had those lesions
look like. And of course, it would not surprise me because practicing safe sex at the time wasn't really a habit. I don't think the only time you ever practiced safe sex was not to get a girl pregnant. And that was, but even then, that was hard to do.
But it is amazing. You didn't come down with a lot of stuff.
That was the only thing. That and crabs. That was the only.
Crabs you got. You didn't get the herpes. You didn't get any of that stuff. You really got lucky.
I never even got hepatitis C, which a lot of guys.
A miracle. Did you share needles when you were shooting?
There was times.
Yes, and
See, he skirted all of them.
I've been really lucky.
Yeah.
But here you are, a hypochondriac.
Not really. I'm just
But you probably are
a little bit.
Yeah, and then you would share a needle with someone, which to me would be totally dangerous.
It's in the whole fervor of
getting the drugs.
Yeah, it is a real psychological thing to that.
They say that about Keith Richards too, that he's lucky and he's got this constitution, of an ox.
A horse.
And,
right. You have to be reasonably intelligent to sort of get away with a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, I've been really, really lucky.
Yeah, it is. It's a roll of the dice. Another upsetting thing happened to you. You once passed out. You were unconscious, and you were teabagged by Tommy Lee, the drummer of 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗏.
Yeah.
Now, what's that all about?
Don't trust your friends.
Yeah, I mean, you passed out from drinking.
Yeah.
You're laying there on the floor unconscious, and Tommy Lee gets naked and puts his balls
over my face. They weren't touching, but
who knows?
Well, I saw the picture.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there was it's actually in Nikki's book. I think it's a little bit more graphic in Nikki's book, of course.
Describe, if you would, the smell of Tommy's balls.
I was out cold.
I see. So you never smelled his balls?
No.
Right. Do you say to a guy afterwards, "Hey, I'm coming. I'm going to kick the shit out of you"?
No. I deserved it because I put myself in that position by passing out on the floor of the bar and them having to take me up to the room and put me to sleep.
But you do expect your bros to
well,
be...
I had a couple things to say, obviously, but under the circumstances, I deserved it.
You seem like a good-natured person.
I am. I'm pretty easygoing.
What about fights? Do you ever have any fist fights?
I used to. I haven't in a while.
Did you ever have any with Axel?
No.
You never had a fight?
I think there was one time in our relationship where I thought that was going to happen, but I think we both thought better of it.
Probably the relationship between you and Axel could never be repaired, because even in your book you say some nasty things about him, in the sense that you saw him flip out on girls who wouldn't have sex with him.
There was a one incident that I didn't put that in there because I wanted to talk about him. It just had a lot to do with why I left. We were in rehearsal at the time, and we were staying in Chicago, and why I left Chicago, which is a whole story.
What did you see that night?
Nothing I'm going to get into here.
What do you mean? He yelled at a girl or he hit her?
I just reacted inappropriately.
In other words, hey, you have to give me
sex with him.
Yeah. But there was, I really don't want to get into all that because it wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't that big a deal. I think the reasoning behind it and so on and so forth, I thought was sort of unsavory. So I just got sort of disgusted with the whole thing that was going on at that period. So I don't want to single that one incident out.
Why did you have sex with an old girlfriend the night before your wedding? What happened there? Were you scared to get married? Was that it? And you just said, hey, shit, I got to get out of this thing?
The first marriage I got into, was an ultimatum,
right?
And I don't think I went in the right. I didn't go into it from the heart, and so I sort of dated the girl that is now my wife.
Right.
Not really dated, but we saw each other on occasion, and we always had a good time. And she knew that. She knew that we had sort of a connection.
Is this the wife when you were doing my movie you were hanging out with?
That's the one that I was married to then.
Right.
Yeah.
You divorced her.
Yeah, I divorced.
She was hot.
She was a good-looking girl, but it was an ultimatum. I'd been caught. She finally caught me. Someone ratted me out for everything that I'd done behind her back. I mean, literally everything.
Aren't friends great?
Somebody had it in for me.
Why would they do that to you?
And so we split up for a while, and of course I was out on tour, and I started feeling lonely. And just because of all these things I did to her didn't mean that I didn't care about her. It was just I really wasn't ready for that serious of a relationship at that point, I think.
Are there any? But there, again, there's no rules, So like you would just say, hey, screw it.
I was like a sex addict at that point.
You were.
I was out of control.
When you went to rehab,
I used to keep 3 and 4 hotel rooms in every hotel, so I could go bouncing around.
So that's part of your thing. You can't sit still. So so keep yourself busy with women, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's like drugs.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
You can't knock it, though.
A lot of famous women?
No, not necessarily. I mean, some more famous than others, but
look at you. How many women you figured you banged in your time? Come on,
I don't.
Give me a number.
I don't have a number.
You up over 500?
I have no.
Look at you.
You didn't keep any records?
Of course not.
Are you kidding? There are written records. It's more thorough than a German concentration camp.
Anyway, so what happened was Perla heard that I was getting married. Actually, she came to my bachelor party, which was a co-ed bachelor party because what I was saying was I called my girlfriend up. I called my girlfriend up, who was going to be my wife, and I said, let's get back together. And she said, not unless we get married. And I was like, oh.
So you had to do it.
And so then we did it, and Perla, who'd known me from previous, came around and said, ha-ha, and then somehow we ended up doing it the night before my wedding.
Beautiful.
The wedding was doomed from that point on. The marriage was doomed, But I feel really bad because I actually put her through something. I'm not into hurting people's feelings for, being inconsiderate.
How are your children going to rebel against you? It's going to be tough.
I don't know. I'm sure they'll find.
They'll be
all kids find something.
Yeah.
They seem like good kids, or what?
They're great kids.
They are.
Yeah, they're out of control too, though. We have to work really hard to keep them in check.
Right, because you're used to having a life.
My wife
rules.
and I, when we first, our whole relationship, up until when we had kids, we were probably the craziest couple you'll ever meet.
Oh, I believe that.
And so when the kids came, it sort of, I guess it was payback. It's like, okay, we got 2 boys. It's like,
who are the great bands today? Anybody turning you on musically, or are you just fed up with the whole scene?
I don't have a lot of positive things to say about what's going on with rock and roll right now.
Right.
I mean, it's about as far removed from the genuine article as far as I'm concerned. There's some bands that are still around that came out in the 90s, which I might have not thought that much of then, but I think huge. You know, I think they're great now because they're the only bands around that have any inkling of what that kind of rock and roll attitude.
What's an example of one of those bands?
Well, Foo Fighters are great.
Yeah. Foo Fighters are great.
One of the greatest bands that's come out in the last 15 years.
Did it surprise you when the drummer from the Foo Fighters turned out to be a lead singer and guitar player?
Yeah,
I mean, what did I say?
Drummer from Nirvana.
Yeah, from Nirvana.
Yeah.
Did
I remember the first time I saw the Foo Fighters was here at what's the place by Dave Letterman. Right across
Roseland.
I saw him at Roseland, and it was great. And it was that was in like not too long after Kurt died.
It was shocking to you, probably.
But he is a great band, and he's a great songwriter. Yeah.
So, when you had to write a book, I don't even know what inspired you to write a book. When you say you wrote the book, you worked with a writer, and he even claims at 4 in the morning when you would remember a story, you would call him. You don't know any work hours, and
no, I had to call him when they came because trying to recall all that stuff wasn't the easiest thing to do.
No, I think it's the most difficult thing in the world. Well, you've done it. I mean, you've written a very, very interesting book. This is great. Slash's new book, Slashed. That's the name of the book.
It's just Slash.
That's what I said.
I thought you said slashed.
Yeah, you did say that.
I thought,
Sloshed. Slash's new book.
Slash would have been a good title.
That's a good one. You should have talked to me. The book Slash is in stores now, and you can check out Slash in Guitar Hero 3 in stores now as well.
Best game ever, by the way.
Isn't it cool?
Guitar Hero Howard is the best fucking game.
It's one of those things I got involved with that I don't consider a sellout because it was so cool.
Better than chess?
No, chess is great, but that's a different animal.
I
keep chess on my BlackBerry.
You play chess?
Yeah.
You're not on the ICC,
What's the ICC?
Chessclub.com, Internet Chess Club?
No.
Oh.
Because Howard could play with you.
I will play with you.
Really?
Oh, yes.
That's when I remember starting playing chess when I was pretty young, and I've always had a thing for chess.
I don't want to brag, but I'm a 1600.
No, I believe you're probably pretty good. You seem like you would be.
Yeah, I'm no retard.
I'm into poker now. That's my new thing.
That's your thing?
That seems like everybody's into poker. So
But are you going to get carried away with that and blow a lot of money?
No. I mean, at this point, I love watching on TV, and I love playing it on my telephone.
Right.
And, it's
are you playing big stakes poker?
I'm not a gambler. You're not going to get me to take $1,000 or $10,000 and put it on the table.
How much do you play for?
I don't play for anything. I'm playing on a machine.
Yeah,
that's
he doesn't go to the casino.
I have some friends that I can play with, but that's small stakes.
All right, get the book Slash in the stores now. What do you want to say, Garibaldi?
I got a question and a story. One of our friends has a good story about Slash. But in the book, do you talk about how you wrote the songs? Because I read how you came up with the guitar riff for Sweet Child of Mine. I was wondering if it was true.
I got into a lot of the songs on Appetite because it's such an infamous record, and so I did talk about Sweet Child of Mine and Welcome to the Jungle and Night Train and Paradise City and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because Sweet Child of Mine supposedly was what he would do to warm up that riff.
Right, in practicing, I try and make up something interesting just to keep myself engaged instead of just mindless practicing. And I stumbled on this cool pattern that had a nice melody to it and started coming up with these different notes within the pattern. And then a couple of the other guys started playing some chords behind it.
And then would Axl come in and then start singing to it?
Axl, unbeknownst to us, was upstairs writing lyrics to it, and we didn't know.
Wow.
And so the next day at rehearsal, he goes, "Let's do that thing you guys were working on," and it became this big song.
That's great. When it's that easy, it's a shame it can't last forever. You just wish you could stay in that zone.
But that was just warming up.
It's also one of those songs.
The song still gives me chills.
It's one of those songs that's very indicative of an entire band working together. Right. It would never have happened without the other guys.
Yeah.
Right. It's a collaborative thing that happens. Yeah. But this is your warm-up exercise.
It's not a warm-up exercise. He said that.
Well, that's what I read. What was it?
It was just something that I made up that I was thought was interesting.
Practice,
but I never would have probably made a song out of it. It was very private. They just happened to pick up on it.
And Axl walks downstairs and says, "Hey, listen to these lyrics I'm working on."
He didn't say anything. It was the next day. If I remember correctly, he goes, "Hey, play that thing you guys were jamming in the living room yesterday." And so we started playing it, and he started singing something. So he was up there listening and writing.
Wow. Oh, that's just great. That's a cool story. Yeah.
Now I got to tell you our story. So 𝗛cie, our very own 𝗛cie, used to live in Las Vegas, and he said he worked at one of those photo places, and he said he once developed a nude roll of film of Slash. He's out there if you want to talk to him about it.
You got to be kidding me.
Really? Yeah. Why would you do that on camera? You don't care. You're probably high as a kite.
I don't believe this, but
what was it, 𝗛cie? You worked in a camera place.
Well, it was like a souvenir/liquor store that sold everything. If it wasn't nailed down, we'd sell it, and we developed film there too. And he came in and was trash. And at the time, I didn't even recognize Slash because didn't have a hat on. His hair was like flat and everything. And they dropped off a roll of film. It was you, and I don't know which one.
Was it in L.A.?
No, it was in Vegas. It was on Fremont Street.
No, okay. There's actually some pictures in the book of she and I, but they weren't full on sex. There's
No.
There's some nudity, but there's no real penetration.
There's a picture in the book. She's got her face where the sun don't shine.
When I developed the film, that's when I realized it was Slash, because there was a picture of him in the shower, and I saw this tattoo on his arm of himself. It says Slash with the hat.
It's a tattoo.
And
He was actually of a girl, but it has my name.
Oh, it does. Okay, well,
character.
And he was nude, and he's just standing there in the shower.
How was he hung? Was he have a big penis?
Yeah, it was huge. I made double prints. I put it in the book we had for naked photos. We had a book underneath for nude pictures. You're
very gracious.
That's very nice of you. Well, Slash, it's a pleasure.
Yes, Can I ask him a couple of questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
How you doing, man? Artie. You guys were like a great sort of band in the tradition of classic, rock and roll. When you saw bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, that whole grunge thing coming on, did you feel like you guys were in trouble in any way?
No, I was really excited. Being that in the 80s we were one of the few sort of hands down gritty rock and roll bands. There's so much other glam and sort of fake anthem stadium rock or whatever you want to call it going on. When grunge happened, which I still have a hard time calling it that, but in the 90s, in the early 90s, when Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, what's the other band?
Pearl
Jam.
Yeah.
And bands like that, those were the main ones. I thought it was great because it was like some new blood, and I was really addicted to a couple of these records.
So was it a turn off to you? You liked it?
What would you rather call it? Rock and roll, like anything else,
It was basically just an extension of what we were doing.
Right.
I agree. I agree.
And just one real last thing. I've struggled with drugs, as documented on this show, and I'm curious, what created more chaos in your life? Because I have a definite answer to this.
Yeah.
Coke or heroin? What do you think created more like chaos? What made you more out of control?
Coke definitely made me more out of control. But we keep mentioning Coke, but I only speedballed Coke, so I always had it with heroin.
Oh, really?
I did a couple lines here and there. Like I used to hang out with Sam Kinison back in the day, and he used to blow my mind. He'd do a line the size of this table in one hit.
Yeah,
really some serious business.
Yeah.
Coke's not really my drug of choice. It's too up.
So you always had heroin?
I'm a heroin guy.
Wow.
But some of my weirdest stories in the book are about when I'd run out of dope and it just end up with the Coke left to shoot, and then the hallucinations that go along with that.
Right.
So you said at one point you put your fist through a piece of a glass shower.
There was something that happened, an incident in Phoenix, where I probably would have gone to jail for a good amount of time.
Oh, really?
And luckily, there was a promoter there. My manager called. That was probably one of the few.
What happened?
One of the few good things they ever did for me. They got me on a plane and sent me back to L.A. like that.
What did you do though?
I tripped out in this resort.
Coke. Yeah. You started to hallucinate.
Yeah, completely. And I was running around this resort, running from something I thought was chasing me.
You were naked, weren't you?
Yeah, I was naked, and I ran into this maid who pressed charges.
Oh my goodness!
For what?
For what do you call it?
Indecent exposure.
No. When you punch somebody, what do you call it?
Assault. Yeah.
I couldn't
punched the maid.
And then
you were naked and you punched the maid.
I just ran over her.
You thought she was a monster.
I knocked her down. No, she was in my way, and
and you were running from what? What did you see?
I was running from these little imaginary demons that had these little guns that were chasing me, and I trashed my hotel room trying to get away from them, then went through the front door.
That doesn't sound like fun.
No, it was. You
could have lost your mind.
Yeah, in the book you described them. What do you say that you described?
I said they looked like the little predator guys.
Yeah,
that's the closest. That was the best thing I could.
I mean, you were real hardcore with this. In fact, in the book, Slash goes into the fact that he got a virus from drinking too much, and they had to replace something in your heart. Didn't they?
They put a defibrillator in my heart.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they told me that
this is hardcore.
That I wasn't going to live. They said that you have 6 days to 6 weeks, and I refused to. I remember that was serious, and I didn't have a problem quitting drinking to sort of go along with doctor's orders. But I was really concerned with getting all because I had to cancel the tour, and so I wanted to make up those dates.
Right.
And that's what got me through it. And I was back on the road within months.
Because when you're on coke or heroin, at least me, you can drink endlessly. And when I would go on a Coke binge, I was more into Coke in my 20s because it forced you to be social. Cocaine, you were out, and that's why it created more chaos. But heroin, you want to withdraw and be by yourself.
I'm an introvert by nature, so doing Coke and socializing, it's like, it's okay. It makes it more, like I go out now and I realize why I did so many drugs, because I just can't
Being
it's
around
like
people.
boring. You know,
Right,
hang out at a bar, everybody's talking, and you're like, this is why I used to drink.
Well, anyway, hey, by the way, you were at Anna Nicole Smith's funeral.
Yeah.
How did that? Were you close with her?
I wouldn't say close. She was more of an acquaintance to me, but she was close to my wife.
Oh.
And, we didn't know each other all that well, but what's the guy's name? Her
Howard
attorney?
K. Stern.
Howard invited us, and Perla thought we should go, so we took off and went down there. And that was a real scene. And that Nicole's mom was a real piece of work.
Really?
Yeah. She showed up at the funeral. I guess it was about an hour to 2 hours late because she was at the courthouse still trying to win that.
Yeah. The custody deal.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man. You've done it all, and you've put it in.
And you
put it in a book
everywhere. Yes.
And I got to tell you something. It's a great book. Good for you, man. Slash's new book, Slash, in stores now. Check out Slash and Guitar Hero 3, by the way.
And we have Velvet Revolver's got a new record out.
You have Velvet Revolver, and that thing's going well.
So we're touring. I'm just on a quick break. We're going to Japan and Australia.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I can't believe you got Scott Weiland under control.
He's probably the angel in the band.
No kidding.
Yeah,
it's
I
unbelievable.
wouldn't call him an angel, but he's doing really well.
Well, it's great. It's always great to see you. I love when you come in here. I love to sit and talk to you about your life. It's fascinating.
All you guys, and I heard you were sick, so you might not be here. So I'm glad you're here.
Oh, I'm here. I'm not sick. Don't believe
she's sick.
the rumors.
She's the healthiest one in the room, Slash.
That's right. Thanks, Slash.
All right,
Good
man,
luck with the book.
Thank you.
All right, Slash, how do you think it went in there today?
It was good. That was one of the more comfortable times I've had doing Howard Show. I always have a good time doing Howard Show, but I also get nervous.
Why were you nervous?
I don't really like talking all that much. Like doing face-to-face interviews because I'm sort of quiet. And I get thrown to the wolves sometimes. Howard's like that. The first time I ever did an interview with Howard was over the phone, and I didn't know who he was. This was years ago, and I called him from Hawaii at like 2 a.m. drunk off my ass, and didn't know who I was dealing with, and he just sort of wiped the floor with me. But luckily he was. I think that what broke the ice though was that he was cool enough to let me redo the show the next day. And so ever since then we've had sort of a relationship, so I have a lot of respect for the guy.
And was it weird talking about like your sex life and your childhood with drugs and everything?
I was sort of expecting it, but you never know exactly how it's going to go. There was a couple of uncomfortable moments in there, especially the group sex stuff, because I hadn't really thought about that. I didn't have any good answers for it, but it's all good.
So we got Adrian Grenier and Kevin Conley from Entourage coming in.
Adrian who?
I love those guys. Adrian Grenier.
Isn't it Grenier? I'm just saying is all.
Leave me alone.
You like this guy. You think he's hot.
How you doing? Good.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on?
Morning.
You just got off the red eye.
Oh, man.
Sleepy.
Turning you right into the...
Right into the mind.
Yeah. So you guys still psyched, though, even though it's so early?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his coffee, though. Right this way. Right this way, guys.
Oh, look, the fruit plate. The fruit plate in there. They got the fruit plate.
So you guys know if there's a fruit plate, you've made it.
Yeah. This is it. We thought that if we weren't Tom Cruise, we weren't going to get one.
No, you guys have made the list.
We did. Nice. That's a great...
That is a very sexy fruit plate.
So what's going on? You guys have a coffee table book coming out?
We do. Is it a coffee table? It's a coffee table, yeah. It was good. Have you looked at it?
I have. It's actually a really great book. And it's not just because I'm in it, but that does help.
All right.
No. It's actually pretty well done.
It is.
That's all we're
It's very fanciful.
All right, guys. Have fun with Howard today.
We will. We're very excited.
From Entourage, Adrian Grenier and Kevin Conley. It's actually Grenier. Adrian Grenier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I never knew how to pronounce that either.
Yeah, these guys are on the hit show Entourage on HBO. There's the boys.
There they are in the flesh.
Man. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, fellas. Good to have you on here.
Glad to be here. I like the pronunciation.
Grenier is the right way to say it.
Grenier.
Is it? That's
No, it's Grenier. You don't even know.
How do you say it?
I don't know.
Your co-star doesn't even know how to say it.
It's Grenier.
It's Grenier.
I thought it was Grenier.
Grenier.
Why would it be Grenier?
Because Will researched it and found out. And evidently,
so you're wrong.
Adrian, you don't even know how to say your real name.
Is it Grenier? It's Grenier.
It's Grenier.
My mom calls you Grenier.
affirmative.
I can't believe it. She does it every single time. My mom says the same thing.
Yeah.
Grenier.
You know,
Boys,
in year 5, everyone in Mary Tyler Moore's show knew how to pronounce their own name.
When Entourage was first coming out, I remember we spoke.
We had you in with
Mark Wahlberg,
Mark
yeah.
Wahlberg,
Marky Mark. And now the show's a huge hit.
It was like the first episode or something.
But did you believe it would really be a hit? Did you really think it would be this big?
Not as big as it is, no. It's pretty shocking. But yeah, at the time, it was like, I think 1 or 2 episodes had aired.
What had you done up until then? I mean, you weren't that well known, right?
I wasn't. I mean, I had done Unhappily Ever After. We talked about 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗍.
Right, yeah, that's Kevin. Kevin has quite a sexual history. He was dating a very hot chick named Nikki Cox.
Yes.
And 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗍 stole her.
Swiped her out from her. Yeah. And then Jay Moore swiped her from him.
Is he now married
They're
to
married,
her?
yeah.
She's a very hot chick. She is, in fact, I remember Artie met her once when he was working on the set of
I worked
the
with her
Norm
for
Show.
a year.
The Norm Show, yeah.
And she'd show up in like a 12-year-old boy's T-shirt, like one of those guinea T-shirts.
She would rehearse.
And she would distract the crew. They had to tell her to put some clothes on.
Fuck the
Did they
crew.
really have to tell her to put clothes on?
No. What happened was, I worked with her for a full year, and she would rehearse. First of all, she had this enormous black guy who was her bodyguard.
Clay.
Clay. Yeah,
Who is she body? I mean, from you guys?
She had to have a bodyguard at all times.
She had stalkers.
She had a real, serious problem with a stalker years ago.
Okay.
And this guy is so intimidating, but she would show up. At the time, she was 21. And she would show up to rehearsal with like a 12-year-old boy's guinea T-shirt on.
Wow.
And fuck the crew. Me and Norm said, listen, we can't act as it is.
We're trying to act here.
I mean, I can't...
She might have been the reason that show got canceled.
That probably is right.
We had to switch our names in the cast to our real name. I originally had a different name.
Kevin, how devastating is it when you lose a girl like that to 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗿𝗍?
It was not my finest. It's not one of my finest moments.
How did you tell him?
We've made up since then.
How did it affect your working with him, though?
We did actually another year like that with them together. Yeah. So.
Yikes.
How did she tell you?
I read it somewhere or something.
Oh,
Even
you're
worse.
kidding.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing.
And now she's dating Jay Moore.
She's married to Jay Moore, who's a nice guy. Listen, that was like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I've been to hell and back since then.
But was this going on behind your back for a while? Is that what you're saying?
Always assume that it is. If you think it's not, you're just in denial.
I'll have you know, I will never
Whether
do
or
that
not
to
it
you,
was,
Kev.
yeah, thank you, Adrian.
Adrian gets lots of women. We're going to get
I
to
don't
his.
need your women.
We're going to get to your resume. I imagine it is not very difficult for you to get women. You're a good-looking dude. Sometimes I see Adrian at the gym. For a while, we were to this weird thing. We didn't even say hello to each other.
That was weird, right?
It was weird. Then I finally walked up to her. I said, "Why
did that go on?"
I go, "I don't know. I mean, I forgot that Adrian was on the show, and I would have immediately gone up and said, normally I don't bother anybody,
right?
But I passed him in the hall, and finally I said to him, hello."
It was an awkward hello, as I recall.
Yeah, because I was like, well, maybe I did something bad to this guy or something. I don't know.
What gym?
I think we were
What's
just
the
trying to
gym
let
we
each
go
other. I mean, we were both like, in
Giving each other your space or
sweat.
something?
Yeah, but I didn't want to bother you. You didn't want to bother me.
I don't want to bother anybody, but it was good that we said
Besides, you're
hello.
not a woman. Why should he bother with you?
Honestly, it's true. I thought it might be refreshing.
Why should he waste his time being charming to you?
All right, let me slow this down
the
for
back,
a second.
maybe,
because
right?
I got a lot to talk to you guys about. And Adrian will get to your list. But as long as Kevin started with the
Let's
women.
start with Kevin, since we know him better.
Kevin, recently, though, and this is an important topic to bring up with you, you happened to be at the MTV Awards.
I was at the MTV. So was
when
Adrian.
Kid Rock, Adrian was there as well, but you were an eyewitness to Kid Rock and Tommy Lee fighting.
I
It
was.
was reported in all the newspapers that Pam Anderson was there and Kid Rock and Tommy Lee got into a fight. What did you see that night? What was your eyewitness account?
Okay, now, I mean, I don't want to incriminate. I don't want to incriminate him. Am I going to get in trouble?
Are there charges?
Are there pending
No, the
charges?
truth will set you free. What did you see that night? That's all I'm asking you.
Okay. I saw, Kid Rock. We were all at one table. And, Adrian, you were there. You have an eyewitness account as well. Are you going to chime in
You
here?
saw it too?
Yeah, we were both sitting there.
Yeah.
Now, did the police interview you guys afterwards?
No.
They did not. Why not? Why wouldn't they interview?
I don't think there have been any charges.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's good.
I was actually mesmerized by the performance on stage.
That's the one thing why most people didn't really see what was going on, because @𝗛𝗵𝐿𝐶𝑒𝗄𝗍 was on stage and she was killing it.
Phenomenal.
Really, I find her a little boring.
Not this night. She was not.
She was good.
Nothing boring about what she was
And she lost weight, did she not? She
She just
better.
looked great. The performance, everything that she was doing was unbelievable. So all eyes were on her. Not to mention, we were right there, so she's like standing on top of us.
So why are these two fighting?
First of all, listen, I don't know Tommy at all. Kid Rock, to me, was like one of the coolest dudes. I could not believe it. I was very impressed with him. He just was like a nice...
He's a very nice
normal guy, you know, and he was sitting there, and I guess Tommy Lee came over.
Right.
And sat down next to him, and Kid Rock sort of, you know, just...
Decked him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how else to say
Was it a sucker punch?
No. Not that I saw.
Well, all right, let me take you through this. You're sitting at the table, you're minding your own business. Tommy Lee walks over to Kid Rock's table and plunks his ass down in the seat next to Kid Rock.
Now, the other thing to keep in mind is we're all sitting in our, you know, Kid Rock is sitting in his assigned seat.
Right.
It's not like Kid Rock was looking for anything. That was his seat. He was there for 2 hours. He was there the whole night.
Tommy Lee walks over, sits down right next to him, which is going to be tough because here they were married to the same woman. A lot of mean things were said.
Did he say anything?
It looked to me like I don't think that Tommy Lee really even realized he did it.
Oh,
he
really?
did it.
And then Kid Rock
and
turned.
they had this look of like...
Did Kid Rock stand up or did he remain seated?
Tommy Lee stood up first, I believe. Kid Rock said something to him like, get the fuck out of here. Get up and get out of here. Something like that.
And then Kid Rock hauled off and punched him in the face.
That's how it looked to me, yeah.
Did Tommy say anything at all?
He didn't really have much time to say much of anything.
Did Tommy go down from the punch?
It happens. One thing, the other thing is the security there was amazing.
Yes.
Security. I mean, it was like a half a second. And
Now, let me ask you something else. Did Kid Rock check the security before he took the punch?
And then Kid Rock, Kid Rock just got up and sort of walked out with a bunch of security guards. It was pretty...
Wow.
It was really one of the coolest things I've ever seen, to be totally honest with you.
To see Kid Rock punch Tommy Lee in the face was probably better than what was going on stage. While Adrian was staring at the stage, you got to see the real...
I'm a music lover.
You are.
I
mean, I literally
the
caught it out of the corner of my eye. But the funniest thing was then Puffy and all the rapper guys were like, and you know, you got to stop violence in rock and roll.
But Kevin, you do like violence. You have been involved in fights.
I was nothing.
Did you not punch Oil Air Brandon Davis in the face? Now everybody can't stand him. I mean, he is an obnoxious rich kid. Why did you punch him in the face? How did that occur?
Why not?
Right.
You know, honestly, you know, he's, you know, I obviously dated Nikki for years, and they're, you know,
that's not obvious. You dated Nikki Hilton.
Right.
Now let me understand this. When you date one of the Hilton sisters,
yeah,
that's a very wealthy girl, right?
Correct.
Does she pay for stuff?
No, well, no. I mean,
why should she pay for stuff?
Because she has more money than Kevin.
Take her out.
I mean, Kevin's making okay money. He's working for HBO. He ain't a millionaire. We know that HBO is very cheap.
Right. Well, they've been good with us.
Have been good. Adrian, have they been good with you?
They've been all right.
They've been all right. You're not. I don't see you doing any dancing.
I don't have anything to compare it to.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Now,
yeah. I mean, no. Listen. I mean, I earn enough living to where. Do I pay for dinner? Of course. You know, would I do that kind of stuff?
He used to have to compete financially with her a little bit. As I recall, he spent a lot of money on gifts because he had to sort of show her that
Kevin Dillon used to say, "You're setting the bar too high early, bro."
And you would hang out with Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton. That's got to be a great, fun scene for you, right?
Yeah, and you know, the whole family. They were always very nice to me. It'd be easy to sit here.
Where it shows, though, is like on vacations.
Correct. Well, no, not only that. They took me away for they took me away for a Christmas vacation.
Money.
But her, that was her dad.
We could probably do a whole interview just on this aspect of your life because it's fascinating to bag one of these Hilton sisters and
hang around in the whole thing. Yeah,
they're nice. They're actually really nice girls. They hate me now.
Did they hate you now? Why do they hate you now?
Well, no. I mean, it's gotten better. I mean, they hated me for a while. But
why? Because you broke up?
Yeah. I mean, we just had an ugly breakup. But
why did she think you were going to marry her?
She thought a lot of things, but we're friendly now.
Why did you break up? It seems like a good situation. Attractive girl. I mean, money, the whole thing.
You know, we were together for a long time, and some things just run their course, you know?
Yeah. Now
run their course, huh?
When you start banging her, was this before Entourage?
Actually, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So
did you have to choose between the sisters? I mean, you go out. Do you have to say, should I go for Paris or Nikki?
No.
Who's got the tighter vagina, Nikki Cox or Nikki Hilton?
Oh dear.
Come on, let's get that.
Dear.
Who's tighter? Who's better in bed?
Very good friends.
Who's better in bed? Nikki Cox or Nikki Hilton? You go to a girl. You go into an island. They say to you, the only thing you can bring.
You get one Nikki. Which
that
would
be a tough one.
You go with Cox or Hilton?
That would be a tough one.
It would.
That would be a tough one.
Well, what's your choice?
I'm
giving you Schindler's List now.
Honestly, the other thing, Nikki Cox, it was so long. I mean, it was literally. Like
so you would take Nikki Hilton over Nikki Cox?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I would take Nikki Hilton. There's a chance Nikki Cox might blurt out 𝗏𝗏's act.
You mean if she blurts out 𝗏𝗏's act, you would throw up?
Yeah.
All right. That's very, very mean. So. You'll never reveal which one goes the extra mile.
I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. Honestly,
who's
Nikki
more
Cox,
loving?
I don't remember.
Who's more loving?
No, that's a tough one too.
Well, look, you've seen One Night in Paris, right?
Neither of them are loving.
No, they both are. Listen, I always honestly I get along pretty well with both of them at this point. Nikki Cox and I, are really, and Jay Moore too. Jay Moore's a good guy.
But wait a minute, Kevin. You've seen One Night in Paris.
I actually haven't seen One Night in Paris, but I'm friends with Rick Solomon's a friend of mine.
Is that
Rick Solomon's an old friend of mine.
Is he a nice guy?
Very nice guy.
And what do you think of him marrying Pam Anderson?
I think he seems happy. Really, really.
You think that's real?
No, I don't think it's real. I know it's real. He's a good friend of mine.
Did there come a time when you saw both of the Hilton sisters naked together?
No.
That
never happened.
Not. Never happened. You never saw them nude?
No.
Did there come a time when you found yourself attracted to Paris? It was a very attractive girl.
Right. Well, but I actually met Nikki through Paris, so Paris and I have been friends for a long time. But
did you try to get Paris and didn't work out?
No, she was always dated Rick.
Adrian, I think, banged her a couple of times, right? Adrian,
I want to see if let's hear this.
Good for you. I mean, I would do that in a minute. How was that for you?
Well, I haven't, but
you haven't.
I imagine it'd be great.
You made out with her a little bit?
Never.
Nothing sexual. It was rumored that you were doing her, right?
We have a very professional relationship, in fact.
Why would you have a
colleagues.
professional relationship with her?
Well, because I'm making a documentary about the media, and she has a very intimate
prominent role.
Yeah, she does. So it's a natural.
Good looking
subject.
as you are, she didn't come on to you at all? Come on, let's be serious.
I mean, we flirt, of course.
Of course, yes, absolutely. I'm going to get to your documentaries in a second. Let's get through Kevin's fights in sexual history first.
Yeah, because you got right off of him socking the guy. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how we got off that. So when you punch this Brandon Davis character, who is a very, I guess, obnoxious guy, what happens there? Why would you punch him in the face?
I
like that.
The thing, it's always the people around those girls that I had the biggest problem with. He's all right now. He just at the time was just going through, I guess, some problems. I mean, obviously
his substance abuse problems.
Whatever the case is. I just think that at that time he was going through a bad period, and I just was like,
was he rude
grouchy.
to your girlfriend?
No.
Was that why you punched him?
No, he was being rude to me and just about. And I just
what would someone say to you to get you that ticked off?
We were just at work and we worked late, and I showed up and I just was like sober. I was like, everybody else was like kind of drunk, and I was just kind of sitting there, and I don't know. He was
going to prove to the crowd that he's going to show everyone how hip he is by insulting you.
He was insulting everybody.
I see. Yeah.
But since then,
and then you walk up to him with a closed fist and you just